group of embedded agents. They only call us when everything else has failed.
What is going on, my YouTube family? You know what, Tony R? I just saw in chat you said you might replay the Division campaign. I gotta tell you, you're gonna see in the footage right now.
We are your neighbors.
Just yesterday, because it's a 7-year anniversary, I decided to jump in, and you know what? I think to myself, let's just play the first hour of the game, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, whatever it is. And you know, when you look at these scenes and you jump into the game itself, it's still it's unlike anything else we've seen for so long. Absolutely love it. What is going on, my YouTube family? Welcome back to the Gaming Brigade. First live stream in a very long time. Do me a favor, give me a thumbs up in chat if the audio sounds good and crisp and clear and all that good stuff. Yeah, I've got a whole new setup going on right now. I tried to, well, there's a whole lot of stuff going on right now, but if you're just tuning in, which obviously you are because it just started, first of all, welcome. Whoops. Secondly, if the audio is a little bit off today, I apologize. I'm in the process of setting up a bunch of new stuff right now. I got a new computer which came in last night that I wanted to try to get ready for the stream. That did not work out. So anyway, welcome everybody. In today's live stream, we're going to be talking about the Division 2, Season 11, Year 5, you know, everything else we can expect from the entire franchise, from the mobile game to Heartland, all that good stuff, agents. So thank you for being here. I appreciate it. See all the usual suspects. Press X to start. What's going on? El Rukin 91, Tony R, Framed Rick Rib. McRib. Why did I say Rick Rib? Framed McRib. What's going on, kid? Good to see you. Everyone is here. I love it. So anyway, what's going on with everybody? Going to tweet all this information out. Try to get some more people here if we can. We are live. Okay, we're just going to tweet this out really quick and then go over to our community page. Yeah, so hopefully the audio does sound pretty decent right now. Again, having a whole new setup, and I'm learning just this whole craft of, there's just a lot to learn, and I don't realize how much I have to learn until I'm starting to learn new things and I realize I know nothing, if that makes sense. I don't know, does that make sense? Yeah, but anyway. Yeah, I can't believe it either, Ramon. 7 years old. 7 years old, this game. And I mean, I remember it like it was yesterday. I play the thing and I jump in, and it's unlike any other game I've played or played since. You know what I mean? And I just absolutely love it. Yeah, but it's crazy to think that it's 7 years old. It really, really is. So we're going to wait a few more minutes for people to start showing up. Again, welcome to the Gaming Brigade. I'm happy you're here. We're going to be doing a few giveaways, Xbox gift cards for PlayStation, Steam, all that good stuff. I have you covered. Just be giving you a keyword to type into chat throughout this thing. And as far as the footage goes, just a compilation of stuff over the last few days that I've been doing. Playing the first game yesterday, jumping into survival, jumping in the DZ towards the end of the video, stuff like that. So yeah, I'm happy you are here, agents. And any questions you have, we're talking about everything. Fire away, my friends. Let me know what's going on. So Andrew is asking, have I found an EB in the DZ yet? No, I have not. And I've spent hours upon hours of farming like crazy. Haven't found a thing. I think in the last week I've gotten 2 exotics to drop. And I'm pretty sure, what were they? They were the Mantis and the, what was the other one? The Mantis and the, I can't remember what the other one was. Oh, the Pestilence. Those are the only 2 that I've seen so far. And I've done countless, landmarks and NPC kills and all this stuff. What's crazy is I've only been killed by rogue agents twice. Every other time I've died, I've just been lit on fire, which just, I guess, is a thing in the game where you shouldn't be lit on fire, but yeah. What's going on, Liam? See you, buddy. I do not have a Discord, no. Only because, like, the thing is, if I'm going to have a Discord, I want to be able to make sure that I'm actually active in it, and I honestly do not have the time. And I wish I did. You know, I wish I had more time. You know, I wish this was my full-time thing. This is something I'm doing as a hobby, so hopefully you do enjoy it. And like I said, I love doing these live streams as often as I can, or live chats, as I like to call this as I hit the microphone. If you could see what my setup is like right now, it's a total hodgepodge. Like, it's a hot mess. But anyway, we'll get into all that later. Oh, look at you, Frame McRib, stolen an Eagle Bear from the DZ. You awesome person. Here's my thoughts. This is something I've talked about before. And again, if you're just tuning in, do me a favor, hit that like button. We have 41 viewers, 10 likes. Let's get those likes up. Hit that like button, hit that sub button if you want to help support the channel. It really does help out. But most importantly, that like button really does help things get going. But anyway. Oh, another thing too with this microphone, hopefully you're not hearing too much background sound. Let me know that everything sounds okay. Again, if you're just tuning in, shoot me a thumbs up. This entire thing, I'm going to be spending time answering questions. So let's get back to, I answered Andrew's question about the Eagle Bear. Nope, no luck yet. Haven't seen any raid exclusive exotic or the Bighorn as well. So I haven't seen any of those in the DZs yet, but I'm going to keep farming until I actually get it. Framed McRib went rogue and took one, which is awesome. By the way, that's exactly what the Dark Zone is for. You cannot get pissed at people for doing that. You got to deal. As a PvE player, just get better. That's what I need to do. So again, that's my thought on that. Ramon got a pestilence, another pestilence. Liam said, I got an AB but didn't need it, so I dismantled it. So the rogues were chasing me, only got the component. Well done. Yeah, there's sometimes I'll just break stuff down just so no one else gets it. I'm like, you know what? No one's getting stuff with me. That's another thing. So Liam, when you picked it up, was it an invaded Dark Zone or a regular one? Invaded? Okay. Yeah, Tony's talking about the fact that he's noticed some bugs since the update. There's been a lot of lagging. A lot of lagging in the summit. And a lot of lagging in the in Countdown as well, I've noticed. So yeah, there's been a lot of stuff going on there. So hopefully there are a bunch of bugs going on in the game. And really quick, if you're just tuning in, just looking at some gameplay footage. Yesterday, as we all know, was a 7-year anniversary of this game, so I'm showing you just a little bit of footage. This is all pre-recorded stuff, so I can focus on you, my YouTube family. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, so I have noticed the lagging, Tony. Threat 2787. Just got back playing a month after. Yeah, 4-year layoff, and I'm looking for some people to play with. Yeah, you know what I mean? What's great is that, you know, jump into, if you're looking for a Discord group, I recommend GC Rock. Amazing group, very active on Discord, a lot of stuff going on. They always have looking for groups and all of that stuff. They do raid carries all the time. It's absolutely awesome. So I definitely recommend doing that thread. There are a lot of people who I refer to his Discord, and they always come back saying that it was just awesome. So definitely recommend doing that. Yeah, Ramon, you're same thing. Waiting for the DZ to have AR as the targeted loot. I'm hoping that will increase the chance, but the chance seems to be so insanely low for those to drop. Like, and it's not just those. I mean, let me know in chat if you've noticed something. But for me, and again, I don't play in the DZ that often, so I don't really have a point of reference. But it's like, it just seems the drops are much lower than they were before as far as exotic goes. I know initially, or not initially, I know up until, you know, season 11, the Dark Zone had the highest drop chance of exotics. You know what I mean? It was insane. It was like absolutely awesome. And then all of a sudden it kind of seemed to dip down with season 11. Let me know if you are a PvP player if you notice that. All right, so let's see what we got. Justin, what's going on, my man? Any tips for heroic control points? Challenging aren't any problem, but heroic becomes more difficult. I would recommend, I don't know if you use skill builds at all, Justin, but for me, I call them like a snack build where I can like have a snack while I'm running the control points. If you go to my channel, type in legendary skill build or something like that, all of these things you can put together. You don't need exotics, even though some of them may have exotics in there. Try to get some skill builds going on, make life so much easier. As you're getting used to it, getting better gear, then you can change your gameplay around. But that's what I recommend. I mean, for me, that was something where when I was on the fence between challenging and heroic, I was like, you know what, these builds just really aren't cutting it. But anytime I use a skill build for something like that, it's so much easier. Countdown's bugging out 1000%. Yeah, I've noticed that too. I've noticed a lot of, you know what I've actually noticed is, and let me know in chat with a thumbs up, hands up, whatever it is. I've noticed that it seems for me in Countdown, and I don't know if it's when I'm just the leader or I'm put at the head of the group or whatever you want to call it, is when Countdown begins, half my squad is disconnected. Like all of a sudden it's 4 out of 8. And I'm like, well, this sucks. Everyone's going to bail. And sure as you know what, everyone bails. So that kind of sucks. So that's been happening as well. I've noticed that. Ramon saying, yeah, you had to log out and log back in. Oh, Andrew coming in with a super chat. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate that. Really, really do. Thank you so much. Very kind of you. Again, if you're just joining, do me a favor. Like button, sub button, join button as well if you want. We're just going to take time talking about the division, my friends. That's about it. Okay, so here's the thing. Frame McRib. Really great question. Not question, just comment. Don't know if it's lagging server or the XP exploit app at Camp White Oak. So here's the thing. With these XP exploits, wherever they are in the game, they should not have any effect. Oh, man, I just hit that mic hard. They should not have any effect whatsoever on anything else going on in the game because it's all external. It's outside of New York. You know what I mean? Camp White Oak is its own thing. So shouldn't really be having an effect. But I know with Season 11, a lot of people have been noticing a lot of things that have been jumping off that haven't been there in a while. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. It just seems... I don't know if it's just par for the course right now, which is unfortunate. But again... You know, going back to the game itself, it does seem to me that we are getting all of this information. We are getting all of these things moving forward. And it's just, again, at that slow rate that we're not really used to. Or that we are used to, excuse me. Yeah, Ramon talking about the Delta 3. I've been getting, you know, I have not been getting any Delta errors. I've been lucky. I play an Xbox Series X. Haven't really dealt with that. So I've been all right with that. Rigo Gaming, what's up, buddy? There you go. Get that level 40, my friend. Then the true grind begins. Then you're playing. Really quick, if you're just tuning in, what you're seeing on the screen is just gameplay footage from some of the stuff I've been doing over the last few days. It's all pre-recorded. That way I can focus on you, my YouTube family, answering questions, all that good stuff. Let's see. American Patriot. What's going on, buddy? You're saying DZ is just full of meta, toxic PvPers using slurs. So here's the thing, and I'm telling you where I'm coming from. Let me know in the comment section what's going on with you. And again, I hopefully do me a favor once again. Give me a double thumbs up if the audio sounds good. I hear the way my mic is set up, I'm hearing everything in the background, so I want to make sure everything does sound good for you.
Agent, those rioters have stolen a crate of morphine. Probably gonna try and sell it or use it. We've got people in...
Plus, I'm trying to battle a cold. Like, I'm going to beat it. All right, where were we? All right, talking about the Dark Zone. Let's get comfy here, agents, shall we? Let's talk about the Dark Zone. For me, my personal gameplay, I've so rarely run into any toxic players whatsoever. Run into people that go rogue, take my stuff, they don't say anything. It could be a solo person, it could be a group. I see two people just going ham on each other, then Graybeard shows up and they're just like, wow, this guy's easy target, which is fine. I mean, again, it's understanding that, you know, that's what the dark zone is for. I haven't really ran into anyone that has been toxic, that has been just, and again, it could be the time of day I play, it could be 1,000 different things. I don't know. But it's like what I can share is just my experience, and so far it's been pretty damn smooth, and I've met some really, really great people so far. So I'm just putting that out there right now. It's going to be hit or miss. If you do run into someone that is toxic, and by toxic, I do not mean, I keep hitting this stupid microphone. Talk with my hands, people. That's what happens. I'll send you a picture later of my setup right now so you can see I bought a new computer and I've got this monitor and it's really just basically a total show. And that's why I keep hitting the mic. So I'm sorry. It's like amateur hour, but whatever. You guys are family. Who cares? Going back to the dark zone. If you run into someone who is toxic, and by toxic, I don't mean they're better than you. If they're better than you, get better. If they take your stuff, deal with it. I'm talking about if they're hateful, hurtful, whatever it is, then make sure you report them, because that is the kind of stuff that shouldn't fly at all. Wait, so what's going on? Paul, you said your Discord got disabled just from trying to sign in too much? What the hell? That makes no sense. Eagle Star, what's going on? Yeah. Double loading screen. Oh, Threat, thank you, man, for the super chat. $4.99. Appreciate you, buddy. Sorry it took me long to get to that. Trying to play catch up. Yeah, you know what, McRib? Well, see, all of these things should not affect the other. That's the problem. The Anderson XP exploit should not have affected the raids in any manner whatsoever. And they are linked because they are outside of New York. You know, when you're trying to find a group for... Again, there are so many little things that need to be tweaked, you know, right now, for sure, without a doubt. Yeah, it's, I'm just going to say ghosty. Missed the Division 1 map and the Division 1 PvP. Yeah, I'll tell you right now, jumping in. So what we're looking at right now is just the beginning of the Division 1. And so yesterday, fun thing, well, I'll get into this a little bit later. I'll do our first giveaway in like 20 minutes. I'll give you a keyword to type into chat and whatever. And when I give you that keyword, then I'm going to go into the story. So I don't want to forget. But anyway, I just jump into this game every year on the anniversary, play for an hour. And still to this day, 7 years later, when you jump in, it just takes you back. You know what I'm saying? It's like one of those games that it just doesn't age, in my opinion. All right, good. I'm sounding good. Thank you, my friend. So a question was, what do you think, or how long do you think the devs are going to support the DZ? I think, or Division 2, I'm sorry, not the DZ. That says Division 2. So this leads me to a lot of stuff. And this is a rabbit hole we'll kind of get into a little bit later as well. But in my opinion, there is no point in supporting the Division 2 unless they truly see a future for that game and more aspects of the Division in the future. And I'm not referencing just Heartland, and I'm not referencing, the mobile game. Do I hope they have a Division 3? 1,000%. I cannot see the point of supporting the Division 2 going into year 5, having new content, unless they're going to actually have more stuff moving forward. And the reason I say that is this. The people who are playing the Division 2 now are the lifers. Me, you, people who just play nonstop. We love the game. Them keeping the Division 2 alive will not have a major impact on people playing Heartland or people playing Resurgence. Does that make sense? So in my mind, they're not just keeping this game around just for those 2 new games coming out, because everyone who's playing the Division 2 is already playing the Division 2. People come back for a millisecond when a new season starts, and they're like, oh, it's great, new gear, but it's the same missions, boom, we're moving on. There's always that 2-week uptick, and then boom, it crashes. However, I think that we know for a fact when Heartland comes out, when Resurgence comes out, people are going to jump back into that. So the universe is strong. It's this game where it's like in this weird gray area. But I think they're going to be supporting it for a while. Yeah, that was a long answer, but I think they really are. Lion King, Simba, what's up, kid? Good to see you. Rico Gaming, what's going on? Just trying to play catch up. Good to see everyone. Make sure I didn't miss anything here. Let me scroll up a wee bit. So anyway, yeah, that's kind of the long answer. I think they're going to support the Division 2 for a while because I think it's going to segue. My hope is that the Division 2 obviously segues into the Division 3. I do not see them using the Division 2 as a catalyst for Heartland or for, and this is just my own opinion, I don't know a thing. I know nothing whatsoever. But in my opinion, the people who are not playing the Division 2 right now will still play Heartland, if that makes sense. So them adding and doing all this stuff for the Division 2 is not going to impact that aspect, but it could impact the future of the Division 2, if that makes sense. And if it doesn't make sense, oh well, what are we going to do, agents? All right, here we go. Let's jump back into it. Black Razor, what is up, kid? Saying no offense to those who did that, but I think there should be a punishment for Camp White Oak, XP farm, just too much advantage on expertise. So here's the thing. You know, if it's something, this is just my opinion, and I totally value yours as well, Razor, but if it's something that is in the game, not to the fault of the players, it's something everyone can do if they choose to do it, I don't really care. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to spend 4 hours or whatever doing that same loop over and over, okay, that's cool. You know what I mean? And I don't, you know, with the expertise, I understand where you're coming from, but at the same time, everyone can do it if they wanted to. It's when we have damage glitches. It's when we have the invisibility stuff in the dark zone. It's when we have other things as well. Really quick, got to say this. If you're just tuning in, like button, sub button, join button, help support the channel. It really does mean a lot. And I hear what you're saying, but at the same time, it's like, look, when we had that damage glitch, that's cut and dry, right? If you're going into PvP with a weapon that, you know, does 84 million a bullet, well, on an assault rifle, yeah, that kind of sucks. That's some shady stuff, you know. With the XP stuff, they need to fix it. And the bottom line is this, which is true. I think that no matter what in this game, there is always going to be some sort of XP exploit. And here's why I say that. In pretty much any mission, when you have something that's on a timer and you have NPCs that can spawn continuously, that is an XP farm. And there's no way to eliminate all of that in the game. You know what I mean? It's going to be trading one thing for another sometimes. So I hear what you're saying, though. What's up, Stretcher Guy? Here we go. Just trying to play catch up really quick. Rogue Gold in the building. We have legends, 2 legends at this point. We have 3, Tex Gaming. Everyone's a legend, first of all. We have Rogue Gold. What's going on, my friend? Everyone already knows Rogue Gold. Legend in the community. Amazing, amazing content creator. Thank you for stopping by, buddy. Appreciate you, man. Watch your videos on the daily. On the daily. Tex Gaming. What's cracking to you, buddy? Everyone's here. I love this. This is awesome. Eagle Star, grabbing groceries to make some meatloaf. Okay, so here's a question, Eagle Star. Do you put ketchup on the top of the meatloaf when you finish cooking it? Is that like the final coating, if you will? Whoa. Okay, we got to move this thing. This is making me crazy. Hang on. I got to do this stupid microphone stuff. I'll send you all a picture once I'm done. Let's get this crap out of here. All right, let's try this now. Will everyone let me know if it still sounds okay? Because that, whatever was going on there was just pissing me off. That's like the 5th time I've like punched this microphone stand in the face. Because I'm ordering a new microphone stand. Because I just go ham when I want to buy a new stand, whatever. It's a whole nother story. We'll get into it some other time. All right, here we go. What's up, Luna? Yeah, you need to start playing again. You know what's great about this game, and this is something I appreciate about it. And if you're just tuning in, do me a favor, hit that like button, sub button, join button, whatever it is. We're just looking at some gameplay I've done over the last few days so I can take some time and answer questions, all that stuff. If I seem a little out of breath, I'm battling a bit of a cold, hopefully the audio still sounds good, blah, 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 all that crap. This is one of those games where, for me, I appreciate it more When I step away for a while, then come back, you know? Lots of games come out, I get a little amped up, jump in, I'm like, that's not the Division. Ooh, I'm going to play this game. Oh, it's so awesome. Still, it's not the Division. And what I've found is, and I think this is why everyone is like, dude, just give us a DLC. Like, we'll pay whatever. Give us some new stuff. I think that is a possibility at one point, but unfortunately, and I don't understand why, and I don't know why things move at a certain pace. You know, they just do. You know, we've had delay after delay, and again, you know, here at the channel, I don't blame individuals. I don't believe in that stuff. It's not Ted in accounting going, watch this. I'm just going to screw with the hearts and minds of every Division player ever. Like, no one's sitting there with this wicked idea, but I don't know what's going on. And so my point is, for me at least, stepping away from the game, then jumping back in, it's so much damn fun. So yeah, definitely I get back into it. All right, here we go. Given Division 1 is live service, will it one day be not playable? They need an offline mode. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, 7 years in, there's got to be a reason they're still, you know, running the game. They got to be making money somehow. So, but I don't know. That's a good question. American Patriot says, and this is true, biggest mistake I think that was ever made with the Division series was not importing the game modes from Division 1, survival, resistance, etc. That is one thing that will never make sense to me. And I'll be honest with you. That is one thing I do not understand, nor will I. With games, and again, my opinion, let me know in chat what you think. And then in a few minutes, we're going to do the first giveaway. But what it boils down to is this. You always have to make games better. There always has to be a progression, you know? And the thing is that the progression itself is what makes the gameplay enjoyable, if that makes sense. The farming, the grinding, all of that stuff. With those game modes, they were so popular, I don't know why they weren't included. Like, in my mind, it's like, include those. Yes, bring new stuff as well. But those, I mean, survival? You're going to see here in a little bit a survival run I did like a week or two ago. It's still so much damn fun. I'm not trying to loot anything. I don't need anything for a build. You know, I'm playing out of pure enjoyment. And that, to me, is what, you know, I appreciate about those game modes. You know what I mean? All right, let's see what we got. Rogue Gold. Yeah, Rogue Gold is awesome. He really is. Rockstar. Next level Rockstar. I'm going to try to play catch up. Yeah, and so really quick too, Frame McRib says don't need to do anything at Camp White Oak. He's expertise level 22. Here's the thing. I play the game pretty frequently. I'm still expertise 11. Just because I mean, again, you know me, I'm part-time with this. YouTube is not my full-time thing. I, you know, make videos when I can, which is pretty frequently because I work from home and I live stream when I can. And that's what's kind of nice about today is I'm able to jump back into it. But the point is, you can still have monster builds and not be at a certain expertise level, you know? And there are a lot of ways to do it as well. Countdown being one of them. Why don't I cover XP exploits or glitches? You know, that's a great question. I just don't. And I wish I had a more in-depth answers than that, but I just don't. Because for me, and I do not think there's anything wrong with them. You know, and if we're talking about news-related stuff, I will always talk about people who cheat in the dark zone, you know, with like invisibility or invincibility or just hidden crazy whatever. That I'll always talk about and call people out that I see that are doing that. As far as XP stuff, if you want to spend your time doing that, that's fine. You know, it's like saying, I mean, how many of you with a raise of hand, show me like with a hand raised in chat. One video I've put out multiple times in my channel is the floor 10 boss farm in the summit. Now, would you consider that a glitch or an exploit? So it all depends on what you're because in theory, I'm showing you, and other people have as well, obviously, how to farm a boss over and over nonstop, right? they're not taking that out. It's a boss farm. Who cares? You know, I think it's when something that can really tip the tables in a way that, you know, is when I don't know. I don't know how I draw the line. I guess that's the long answer, but I try to stay away from things that can possibly affect the game a certain way, if that makes sense. And it may not make sense at all. That's the best thing. I don't have to make sense. It's whatever. I don't know. What are you going to do? But I hear what you're saying. Oh my God, that's so funny. Did someone say meatloaf? How do you max out your mods? Alvaro, you don't. You do not max out your mods. The only way you can get maxed out mods is farming for them and hopefully getting a good one to drop. To this day, I've still been trying to get a 13% protection from elite mod, and in all the farming I've done, countless hours of farming in this game, still haven't gotten one. So it's just pure luck. I like the text. Did someone say meatloaf? I know I already said that. Rogue Gold, yes, this Division 1 character does have a gray beard. See, here's the problem too with the whole gray beard thing, right? My beard's more salt and pepper. A lot of the time I shave it. So I don't, I've said this multiple times throughout our journey together on YouTube. I don't want you guys to think you're getting catfished or anything, because one day there will be a face reveal. When that day is going to happen, I don't know. If you look back on Twitter like a year or two ago, I did a half face reveal on May 4th, like a year or two back. So there's that. So anyway, just putting that out there. Let's see what we got now. Tony R coming with a $5 chat. Thank you so much, buddy. Appreciate you. Thank you. It means a lot. It really does. Like your support, we've talked about this. And for those of you that may not know, I started the channel almost 3 years ago. It will be 3 years on April 4th when I did my first video. Never expected this journey to happen. And the Division was a huge part of that. Now, I never made a Division 1 video ever. I started covering the game, the Division 2, when Warlords came out. And I started covering the game when the whole not XP glitch, the damage glitch was out. So it was a hot mess. I started at I guess the best time and the worst time. I got banned. I didn't do the glitch. I think I was in a group with someone who had done it and it affected my character somehow, but whatever. I think I was banned for 3 days or a week or something. I know. It's on my permanent record. I think if I get banned again, I'll be kicked out of the Division for good, which would suck. But anyway, the point is, I was bummed out about it. But, I started this channel less than 3 years ago. It's turned into something amazing. And this game, this franchise, is the reason for that. Yes, I cover other games here and there. There are a lot of games in the future I'm going to be covering. But for me to cover a game at a channel, I have to be into it. You know what I mean? And so far, the number one game that I love playing is the Division 2. All right, so that's who we got here. Oops. Trying to get back on chat. This is why you should play and talk. Won't hit the mic as much. I know, but then I'll keep dying. Maybe, I don't know. I'll just set the world to normal. But yeah, it's actually because of the new computer why I'm doing it again this time. I was going to play live. So I found out, so I have this gaming laptop, right? And I bought it so I could, take part in the PTS, and when things come up for testing, I could be a part of that because I want to be a part of that, and I bought the game on PC just for that reason. Like to be able to bring you all the stuff I possibly can. I find out the other day the computer I have is like a quarter of what you actually need, even though it's called a gaming laptop. No, just absolutely not. So I went a little ham. Actually, you know what, agents? If you follow me on Twitter, we're going to do this real quick. We are going to tweet out the new gaming rig that I was hoping to be using today. Let's see. But it's not happening. Here is... I have to talk and type, otherwise I'll mess up. Here, I'll hit mute real quick. Hang on. I can do that now with this whole new audio thing. Check this out. You know, that's no fun being quiet. I don't like it. I take all that back. Hopefully I don't sound awful. I don't mean like the quality of the audio. I mean like my voice itself. And again, if you're just tuning in, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that. I mean, we're at 86 viewers, which is awesome. 51 likes. That we got to get that number up to, ideally. How far are we into this thing? 35 minutes. We need to get to 100 likes by an hour. So let's crank that up if we can. Okay, anyway, I'm tweeting out a picture of the computer. Here's a new gaming rig. So much to do. Exclamation point. Heart, smiley face, high five emoji, puppy face. I'm just kidding. I'm not putting any of that crap. All right, so here it is. Add, can you see me in the reflection? I don't think so. What about if I do a face reveal and I don't mean to? That would totally suck. That would piss me off. Okay, that thing's support, so I don't think. I got to make sure there's a barcode on the bottom of this thing. I need to make sure I don't include that because, you know, there's some shady people out there and they'll be like, yeah, we're going to register your device under our name. And I'll get back to chat in a second. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now let's send this out. So this is a new computer that I was hoping to use today, but that didn't take place. There we go. At the division. So that way I know y'all will see it. Okay, boom. There we go. Okay, back to chat. Where are we? I don't even know. I don't even know anymore. Yeah, what's up, Kitch? Good to see you, buddy. Started the Division 1 a couple of months ago, stopped again for some reason, got to get back into it. Yeah, and this goes back to something I said a little while ago, and the fact is that this is one of those games you can always jump back into, and that's what I love the most. That to me is the best part. Is that even if you step away for a while, I mean, if you step away for a long while, I mean, if you missed, there are people who I hear from at the channel who completely and totally skipped seasons, you know, like 6 through 10. And they jump in and they're like, what the hell is going on? Like, what is all this recalibrate? Like all these different things. That's when it can be a little bit overwhelming. And there are great videos out there, kind of a beginner's guide, stuff like that. When you have a game like the Division 1, it just feels like comfortable. You know what I mean? And to go back to something we were talking about a little while ago, for the last 2 years, I was like, God, bring survival to the Division 2. I mean, that's what we're looking at right now. This is from a week or two ago, something like that. Still my favorite game mode in the game. And again, I only jump back into this to play it. That's it. There's no other ulterior motive. I'm not trying to work on a build. I'm not trying to... It's the gameplay itself. So I do hope they introduce something like this. We all know that with Season 12, we are getting a new game mode. Was it called Descent, I think? And the hope is... I mean, we'll see what it is, you know what I'm saying? But hopefully it's good. All right, let's try to play catch-up again. Once again, if you're just joining, like button, sub button, join button, all that crap. Can we get, where are we in chat? D. Ramon, expertise level 8. Awesome, man. I'm at 11. Shoot, who cares? Doesn't matter. And the crazy thing is I'm at 11. I have one weapon that's at expertise level 11, and that's the Scorpio. I haven't put any, and I'm working on some of my skills as well. The assault drone and the Crusader shield. If you're going to only spec into a few things and you run any skills, spec into those. You know, focus on those kind of things because, man, that will make a huge difference in your builds. Yeah, right there. Expertise on guns and skills. McRib gets it. Right there. Boom. Perfect. My man. Kitch is saying the expertise stuff is overrated for me. Yeah, I mean, and again, it's if you want to, like, look, I'm one of those people in the game. I want everything in the game, right? I do. Exotics I'll never use, I want. I wanted the bighorn so bad. I've put one build together with the bighorn. I never run with that thing. But I wanted it because it was in the game. So having the ability to grind for things, it's great. But one common denominator we all talk about is that we want more to work towards. You know what I mean? Not just, okay, now we're at level expertise. No, we're at 22. All our weapons are 22. Everything's great. Now what do? We don't want that to be like the driving force, you know? Oh, my phone's ringing. Text Gaming says, started playing in 78. Division will always be at the top of my gaming list favorites. Tex, I'm right there with you, buddy. I'm like, so for me, and okay, do me a favor, chat. Let's get into this really quick. Oh, you know what? We were going to do a giveaway. First giveaway, $50 Xbox. Well, you know what? I don't care. The first giveaway is going to be for a $50 either Xbox, PlayStation, or Steam gift card, depending on what platform you're on. Over the next day, I will pick a winner from this chat right now. I'm going to ask you to type in a keyword, and then I'm going to get into a fun story. But if you want to enter for a $50 Xbox, PlayStation, or Steam gift card giveaway, type in chat right now, "They got Alex." Which, by the way, I have a t-shirt that says "They got Alex." And here's my fun story that I've been waiting to share with you really quick. A few buddies and I that met online when we were playing this game back in the day started a drinking game, the "They got Alex" drinking game. And it was you take a shot every time an NPC says "They got Alex." And we discovered within 30 minutes of playing this game, we were lit. First and only time we played that drinking game. True story, fun story. Never can do it again. This guy, I mean, there are times when you're just running around the open world and you just hear everyone say, "They got Alex, they got Alex." And I'm like 5 shots in like 4.5 minutes. I'm like, this is not good. So yeah, that's my fun "They got Alex" story. Wicked Throne, afternoon to you, my friend. The Kid, what's going on, buddy? Purchased Division 1 around Christmas time. Really love the game. It's been a blast with Lone Star Attack. I know the gear sets from the first game. It's next level. And still, just the gameplay itself, you know, itself still translates to just a great game. I mean, you think about this. The game is 7 years old. And it's still insanely fun. And it's amazing to play. And it looks damn good for a 7-year-old game. All right, let me see where we are. Oh, man, just a bunch of chat just went through real quick. I think we're getting all the "They got Alexes." That's who we're at. Wow, what's going on, Simba? Simba's like played over 4,500 hours in Division 2. 500 raids, and only have one 13%er. I'm telling you, that is no joke whatsoever, my friend. Those are the unicorns. Those are truly unicorns in this game. In fact, you know, I was covering Harry Potter for a bit here and there, and I'll continue to do so, whatever. But I was actually talking about unicorns in the game, like literal unicorns in that game. And I'm like, you know what? No. You know what's a unicorn? 13% protection from elites. That's a unicorn. Not even literal ones are as tough to find as those 13% PFEs. Okay, trying to play catch up really quick. Again, if you're just tuning in, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that sub button, hit that join button as well if you are so inclined. Sir Stretch Boy, what's up, buddy? How are you? Oh man, that is one of my favorite, your little picture icons. I think who's the artist of that? Oh gosh, I can't think who it is, but that's one of the baddest looking renditions of an agent I've ever seen. And I know it's the same artist that did Rogue Gold's banner at his channel, and I apologize, I cannot remember his name. If you can, leave that in chat. Believe it or not, never shaved your gray beard. That's awesome, Razor. I love it. Yeah, you know what happens? I get to a certain point where, and I think I've told the story on how I even came up with the name or whatever. It was right when the pandemic started. But, yeah, I don't know. Every once in a while, I'll just shave the thing. Because my kids are like, look how gray your beard is. I'm like, well, okay, it's your fault. I mean, I've got twins. What am I going to do? Not have a gray hair? You got it. Andrew P. Yes, Hogwarts is so good. Total side thing, and we'll get back into the division in like 30 seconds. Hogwarts Legacy is one of the best AAA games launched I've seen in forever. Just smooth and flawless and fun and enjoyable, and just I'm still playing it nonstop and loving it. And still done with the story, but there's still so much to do. So I'm just putting that out there. That's a very, very fun game. Obviously, it's not the Division in regard to the gameplay and what you're doing. You know, you're flying around in a broom. You're not running around through the snow with a shotgun in your hand. So it is very, very, very different. but it is quite enjoyable. But there are a lot of other games I'm really looking forward to playing as well, you know. I know Starfield just got postponed. That sucks. Bummed out about that, but again, I'd rather a game launch and be ready to roll, not just, I hit it again. God damn it. Be ready to roll when it launches. Really looking forward to playing Diablo 4. I'll be just neck deep in the beta next week. I cannot wait to play that game. Like, it's Diablo 2 and Diablo 3. You know, we talked about favorite games of all time. In my top 5 games, The Division, Diablo 2, and Diablo 3. And there are a few other ones as well, which take me back. I'll get into that some other time. But again, there's a lot of fun stuff to look forward to. Which brings me full circle talking about the future of this game. And one thing I'm looking forward to, which is The Division Heartland. Now, I want to try to play catch up really quick on chat, but let me know your thoughts on The Division Heartland. What do you think? What do you feel? Are you looking forward to it? Is it something that you're just like myself eagerly awaiting? Like, what are your thoughts on it? And during this time, I'm trying to play catch up on chat. Here we go. Yeah, you know what? I'll tell you what. I tried to get into Destiny 2, but I felt like I was so far gone from playing it when it first came out, I could never play catch up. Does that make sense? Like, in my mind, when I looked at jumping back into Destiny 2, I felt like I was a person who, let's say, as of today, was going to jump into the Division 1 and then catch up to the Division 2. I felt like there was just no way to do it, and I felt kind of overwhelmed with it. And I knew how much time it would take to get to a certain point, and I'm like, you know what? I just don't have time for it. And I want to have time for it. But I can promise you, whenever there is a Destiny 3, I will be on that thing from day one. So I'm just going to put that out there. Gaming laptop is in Minesweeper. Gaming laptop as in this HP, I don't even know what it is. This Pavilion something. And it's not even close to what you need. And again, I don't really play on PC that often, but I'll do some beta testing. I'll do certain things, and it always crashes. It's always a hot mess. When I'm trying, if you notice at the channel when there's a PTS going on, I can't even make, template build videos because my computer always crashes. It's not the game, it's the actual computer. So I decided to invest in something. But yeah, Liam was asking, am I Intel or AMD CPU? I think it's AMD, which makes me sound like a total asshole, by the way. I think it's AMD. I don't know. I think so. A few people recommended it, so I'm like, all right, we're going to jump into that. Because, gaming rigs can cost, dear God, so much money. But I'm like, I need something that's decent, that'll last me at least 2-3 years for the minimum amount that I play. This should get the job done. Okay, here we go. Who's this random person letting their dog? They better pick up after their dog in my yard. I'm looking out my window. Keep walking. Okay, we're good. All right, here we go. Let's see where we're at. Once again, if you're just joining, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that sub button, hit that join button as well. I'm in the process of playing catch up, and then we are going to talk about Division Heartland. Or just really everything Division, or Division 2, whatever you want to say, just drop it in chat. Michael, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you. And also right above you, is it Vinicius? Thank you for watching the videos. Thank you for the support. I mean, I said this earlier. To me, this is just one of those things where, I go back and listen to. If you go back to a video that I did, I think, forget the first one that I put together. Go back to, there's a video that I have on my channel. And don't do it now when I'm done. Because, of course, you can do it now and then make fun of me after. That's totally cool. I did a video for an amazing game on PlayStation. Beautiful game called Ghost of Tsushima. Beautiful, one of the best games I've ever played. Just absolutely amazing. Long story short, after getting this new microphone that I'm working with now, I was doing tweaks. And just for fun, my wife and I, we were listening to how it sounded on the TV. And we went back to that Ghost of Tsushima video. And the video I'm referring to, and I think if you just type it into YouTube, if you type in Ghost of Tsushima, best place to farm flowers, chances are my video will be one of the top ones. And if you listen to the pitch of my voice and the speed in which I talk, and not only that, the like 1 second delay in between sentences, it's the funniest thing. I do not know how I have any subs based off of that back in the day. Like, it's insane how different everything was. But again, I owe it to you, my YouTube family. It's just been amazing. I think it's, I mean, to give you a quick, you know, just an example was like, hey, everybody, what's going on? Sergeant Graybeard with the Graybeard. And you couldn't even, I mean, you can understand what I was saying, but it was such a hot mess. And I'm so thankful that people are actually around at this point. And it is a progression, you know, but it was like, hey, everybody, Sergeant Graybeard with the Graybeard Gaming Group. Welcome to the channel. I hope you're having a good day. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to get flowers in the best locations possible. Now, if you happen to be new here, feel free to hit that subscribe or join button. If you enjoyed this, you can hit that like button as well. And we are having a giveaway for an Xbox Series X. Make sure you leave a like and a sub and whatever, and then we'll get into the video. So the first thing I want to show, and it was nonstop. Like, that's what it was. So anyway, I'm thankful you're here. And you know what? We're looking at Division stuff. We're going down memory lane. Here we go. Rolling down. They got Alex. That's what I'm trying to get to now. And by the way, if I miss your question, I apologize. You can do super chat if you want, but if I do miss it, I am sorry. I said hello to Michael. What's going on? We said hi to Simba. Damaged Goods. What's up, buddy? Yeah, the Division music in Division 1 was badass. Really, really good. Good to see you. I know I said hi, Michael, but I'm saying it again. Okay, here we go. We've got, oh, what's up, Centurion? Good to see you. Oh, these people. Love seeing everyone here. Okay, now we're getting to the, they got Alex part of chat. Again, trying to play catch up, people. Oh, I can hit a mute button now with this thing. It's so awesome. Okay, we got through all that they got Alex's, I think. Let's scroll back up. I'm trying not to miss anyone. It's so awesome. This is why I love VidGirl8. What is going on? A pleasure to see you today, my friend. Yeah, I love this. This is my favorite part. Like, this is my favorite part about the community, is the community itself, you know. Okay, where are we at? Favorite build at the moment, Michael says, is Hot Shot with Chain Killer, Araldi backpack, running with, it's with the White Death. One tapping these NPCs. I think I put a video on that or something similar to that the other day. So much damn fun. I'm in the process of trying to put together a tank one tap build, and I can almost one tap elites with like an all red foundry build, but you got to get all the right pieces. Like, it's nuts, but it's so much damn fun. But I can almost get there, but I'm still not there with the damages yet. All right, let's see what we got here. Yeah, Kitch, you're saying the same thing. 2,500 hours in Division 2 and have yet to see a 13% PFE. Trust me, I got you. I'm right there with you. Cool Whip. Thank you, Simba. Cool Whip is the bomb. He makes some badass looking stuff. I wanted to throw that on a t-shirt just for me. I think he said I could. I don't know. We'll find out. All right, let's see what we got here. Keep rolling. Love the game Hitman. It's good stuff. Yeah, so Heartland. So, all right. So actually, let's get into, first of all, before we jump into the Division Heartland, I know there were a lot of questions about the Division 2 and where we are right now in the game's life cycle. And in my opinion, and I've said this before, they're not putting all this effort into the Division 2 without actually seeing a future in it, because there's no point. And I don't know, look, I know nothing about marketing and this and that, but as a layman, as someone who's like, the Division 2 has nothing to do with the Division Heartland. them stopping this game would not affect how the Division Heartland would perform when it came out. Again, in my opinion, because the people who are playing the Division 2 now are diehard Division 2 fans, right? I don't see them putting all this effort in unless they're really pushing a future for it. Now, why things are delayed as often as they are, why we run into these hiccups, I don't know, and it sucks. But I can tell you, it's a game I love playing. It's a game I will continue to play. And when I stop enjoying it, that's when I'll stop making the videos on it, you know? But I mean, it's one of those things where I get so many requests for so many different videos because there are people who, you know, just still to this day play this game on a daily basis. And I think we are, you've heard me say this 1,000 times, moving in the right direction, just at a very slow pace. And I'm hoping that over time that pace does quicken. You have so many people who work at the game that are so passionate about it. People who've talked about the fact that they were asked to work on Avatar and Star Wars, and they chose to stay with this franchise. They're doing that for a reason. So I'm just going to kind of leave that part at that. What's going on, Scout? All right, let's get into that. So Scout says, biggest thing that frustrates me as a returning player is to see all the build videos using specific build gear that I don't have. Right. And so that's something that, again, you know, I have a certain Providence mask, right? We know the gear set, the Providence gear set. That is a mask I got year one, and it's still one of the best masks I've had in the game. There are some times where you get certain gear, and it's just absolutely amazing. And you stick with it. And it is a grind, and it does take a lot. Hang on one second. Give me a second, agents. Okay, sorry about that. Thought we're getting a couch delivered today. We're doing this whole backyard thing, and the couch is showing up. So I was just making sure that wasn't the truck, because I would have to mute it for a minute. But, you know, going back to, you know, what Scout was saying is that it is kind of difficult. But what I suggest doing is this. Scout, for you, I'm talking directly to you, my friend. Decide what your favorite type of build is, okay? Think to yourself, you know what? I love running, like for me. Once I became obsessed with the Memento and the Scorpio backpack and Hunter's Fury, for weeks, all I did was farmed for specific gear for a build that I wanted to put together. Then that build was done. Then I'm like, this is perfect. This is exactly what I'm looking for. We are good to go. I love it. Don't need to make any changes in my mind. At least for now, right? And so I think it's one of those things where the easiest way to play this game, if you will, is to hyper focus on a type of build that you like, make tweaks, do certain things so you're enjoying it, and then kind of move from there. Because otherwise, like, where do you start? You know, what are you supposed to do? And at the same time, and this goes back to, you know, the raid exclusives being in the Dark Zone. I know people that have run dozens and dozens and dozens of raids, and they've never gotten an Eagle Bear. So this gives them another opportunity, because they just couldn't spend all their time running raids, even though it's an amazing thing, and even though your odds are better in the raids than it is in the Dark Zone. Some people didn't have any luck getting it, you know? So when it comes to your build, focus on something you enjoy. Don't worry about the metas. You know, one thing I talk about in the build videos I put together is the fact that, for me at least, it depends on your game style. How do you want to play the game? It also depends on what kind of build are you putting together, and you better change your game style because of that build. So it's going to be like a back and forth for a while, but just take your time with it. Don't let that part stress you out at all. You know, there are tons of great builds out there. Okay, let's see what we got here. The Rick Velassi show. That's right. I was listening to that earlier when I was playing the other day. Brent, what's going on, buddy? When I was playing this game, the First Division, yesterday, I just found myself sitting at that first, you know, safe zone, safe room, whatever it is, safe house, listening to Rick Velassi for like 3-4 minutes. It's like, man, that's good. Takes you back. You know what I mean? The dude abides. The dude abides. What's going on, buddy? Have we actually had a conversation on here before? Because we've gone back and forth, I think, on some of the videos. But it's good to see you here, my friend. Says, came to the division late. like 2 years ago, when nearly all the wrinkles had been ironed out, crashes, all that stuff, crashes withstanding, unfortunately. Yeah, blows, and he says blows it, blah, blah, blah. And it has blown him away how deep and immersed it is. And that's one thing about this universe. Like yesterday, for instance, you know what? And if we go back, and you can look at it later, every time I play this game, I see something new. You know, every single time I play, I'm seeing something new in the game. And that to me is what I love the most. Is that, like yesterday, when you get to New York, you know, you're just starting off the game, and I'm running, and I see, Fei Lao's at the helicopter, and this is from the first game when we first get to, New York, and I see a stretcher running towards her, and I'm like, are they going to put her on a stretcher? Is this something that I have never seen before? And I find myself just watching all of these things, and a game like this does really does stand the test of time. So anyway. Here we go. Jay, what's going on? Anyone can get build advice on Division 1? Yeah. Just got to max level. Yeah, honestly, just look it up. And even if you're looking at a build that's 2 years old, chances are it's still viable. Or 3 years old, stuff like that. I don't think the gear has changed really at all in the Division 1 in a very long time. So even older build videos are ones you're going to want to put together. Yeah, it's one of my favorite ones too, Abides. This game is just amazing. Okay, so we're going to move on. We are going to talk about Fred was asking, has there any recent news about Heartland? And unfortunately, the answer is no. Now, why that is the case, I have no idea. It seems to me that it's something that I thought would have been ready by now. I have talked to people that have played it. It just sounds amazing, and I can't really get into any more than that. But it's something that I think is going to check off a lot of boxes for a lot of people. When this window of release is going to be, I don't know what to expect anymore. And that's something where, in my mind, one thing, and we've talked about this before when it comes to this game, and again, if you're just joining, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that sub button, you can hit that join button as well. But one thing I've spoken about a lot at the channel is the fact that, I can't put my faith in timelines anymore, unfortunately. I do not think we're being lied to. I do not think that they're like, oh, just say this and then blah, blah, blah. I don't believe that for a second. I believe that what the game intends to do and what happens is there's so many deciding factors that we know nothing about. I know that there's no way developers are happy saying one thing then having to change it. I know there's no way they're happy about having to delay one thing over and over again. So in my opinion, it's just one of those things where I just can't put faith in the timeline, not because, like I said, I think we're being lied to, but because stuff changes so fast. So in my mind, what I want is something to be released when it's ready. And that's it. You know what I mean? And let me know what you think in the comments section as well. I hate delays. Delays make me crazy. I'd rather someone say, you know what, we're going to release it in a year. Okay, cool. And then they surprise us and it comes out in 6 months. That's even better. Right? And I don't think games put out, we'll talk about Starfield. We can talk about 1,000 things. And actually a great example, I know I was talking about Hogwarts Legacy a little bit earlier, but that was delayed a few times. But man, did they nail it when it came out. I'll tell you what, I'm glad they waited. Whatever they needed to do, they did. And that's what I want to see in games moving forward, so much so in our franchise as well. So yeah, Fred, I wish I had more news on it, but nothing yet, unfortunately. Let's see where we are now. Classified gear sets, D3 FNC. I love running that with, I want to say Ninja Bike. Yeah, I think we go Ninja Bike, 3D3 FNC, the House SMG, which is just a monster. Yeah, there's good stuff. VidGirl saying, didn't play Division 1 long enough to get into gear or builds. I'm kind of the same way. Like, I loved playing the game, but I remember, like, I was trying to put a build together, and all of a sudden my armor went up by like 25%, and I was freaking out. I'm like, oh my god, how did that happen? And then I look, oh, that's what a gear set bonus is. Like, that's who I was when I first started playing the game. I didn't read anything. If I saw the numbers become green with my gear or armor or weapon damage, I'll equip it. I wasn't even thinking about the gear set bonuses or anything like that when I first jumped in. And then a year or two in, when I started to really get into it, I was like, oh, now I get it now. And that's what led me into eventually, you know, making, I mean, I don't even know why I started a channel for the Division 2. It's something I always wanted to do, I think, because I just love this game so much, and I never expected it to turn into what it turned into, whatever. But anyway, moving on. Dual house on a Predator. Oh, dude. That's the one thing. All right, so we're going to talk about this really quick, and this is something that's brought to my attention a lot, and that is, why can't we equip multiple exotics in this game? Which I wish we could. Part of me believes that the exotics in this game are much stronger than the ones in the first one. And if we talk about, imagine having a build, a Memento Coyote's Mask, let's even take it one step further, Memento Coyote's Mask Ridgeway's Pride build. That'd be insane. That'd be just lights out. Like, you would just melt every single thing in front of you. You'd have a ton of armor, you'd have a ton of weapon damage, you'd have a ton of bonus armor, but just all that stuff. Crit hit chance, crit hit damage. So I think that's one of the main reasons. I don't know why else, because that was badass. You know what I mean? That was a lot of fun to be able to do that. Like, I miss that. Like, I miss being able to just equip all. I think that was even a commendation in the game. Equipping 6 exotics at once. Like Pharaoh's holster. No, it was Pharaoh's mask. What was it? Colonel Bliss's holster? Wasn't that right? I think. Yeah. Anyway, whatever. Point is, I wish we could do that in this game. But I have a feeling the reason we can't is strictly because of the strength of the actual exotics. Yeah, would make you super OP. It'd be insane. I mean, even in the first game, you have a few exotics on. You're like, you know what? No, Lone Star is better with this. Or, you know, this gear set, that gear, whatever it may be. And I think in this game, there are some exotics that are so out of control. I mean, even now with a ninja bike. Look, I'll be putting out another ninja bike build either later tonight or tomorrow or both. Hey, we'll see where the day takes us, everybody. But even with the ninja bike equipped, you can put some fun builds together. But the reality is this. If you're putting together a certain type of build, usually the backpack talent is the strongest of the talents that you're doing. If you're talking about a gear set, Striker's gear set, that's going to give you more damage. You know, things like that. So it's something where it gives you more build diversity, which is fun. It allows you to do different types of builds, which are just absolutely fantastic, which I love 1000%. But even now, you know, because the exotics are so strong in the game, like the Memento is insane. Like, that's some mythical creature kind of stuff. I mean, that's out of control, the kind of stuff you get with the Memento. That's why it's so popular. It's like, well, if you're going to run and gun, you want to use this. But one thing I like to do is just show you options. That's why I'll never say, oh, this is the best. I don't know what's the best. I'm sure there's always best in slot, and there's something that can give you the best this or the best that, but I'm just going to always show you different options. You know what I mean? But yeah, multiple exotics in this game would be insane. Insane. All I'm thinking is, I mean, it's just, yeah, it's nuts. Someone was asking before, oh, wait, text gaming, you're rolling out? Gotta go. Oh, you going back to work on the yard? Yeah, don't lose that gaming privilege. Text gaming, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I'm in the same boat. We're having a couch delivered today. We're doing a bunch of stuff in the yard. The only reason I'm not working in the yard today is because it's going to be raining. So I was saved by the weather. But take care, man. Always a pleasure. Let's see what we got here. Again, if you're just tuning in, we're just talking about the Division, answering questions in chat. That's about it, friends. Everything is good. Probably chat for another, I want to say hour, something like that. If you're just tuning in, hit that like button, hit that sub button, hit that join button as well. We're at 88 likes. We're 1 hour in. Love to get to that 100 likes in the live stream within the next. Can we get there in 5 minutes? That's the goal. And by the way, if I sound kind of stuffy or just really like heavy breathing-y, if that's even a word, coming down with a cold, I'm trying to battle it, but I did not want to cancel this live stream, agents. Didn't want to do it. Dual lady deaths? Are you out of your mind, Brent? Could you imagine running with like John Wick style 2 lady deaths? I wish we could do that in this game, by the way. I wish you could have 2 handguns. Especially now with this new talent determined. Holy hell. That is one of the baddest new talents in the game, without a doubt. It is so much damn fun to use. And you can only get it on, what is it? Handgun, marksman rifle, and rifle, I believe. Could you imagine that talent on a shotgun? And I think that's one of the reasons, going back to multiple exotics or certain things, that's why they're not going to put, I mean, who knows what they could allow. But, and again, we know you can equip an exotic item and an exotic weapon at the same time. But both, it would just, I think, be out of control. I mean, a Scorpio Lady Death, Hunter's Fury, Coyote's Mask, Memento build, I wouldn't wear anything else, ever. 104 likes. You are rock stars. I love you all so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. Thank you for entering, Simba. This is pre-recorded gameplay. Reason being, in case you missed it, my old laptop sucks. So one of the reasons I was having an issue when I was playing and it would freeze and it would just, I mean, Simba, how many times would I be doing a live stream and I'd lose connection or some crazy stuff would happen? And then you'd say, well, you suck. That's why you're dying. And I'm like, don't judge me, Simba. I thought we were friends. And you're like, we are friends. This is how I talk to my friends. I'm like, I didn't know you talk to your friends that way. And by the way, everyone, I'm completely making up this conversation that never happened between Simba and I. But the point is, my gaming laptop sucks. So moving forward, now that I have the new rig, everything is fed through the computer. In case you don't know, I can use this new thing on the thing. I'm going to pretend nobody knows nothing about no computers. Hang on, we hit this button.
There we go. All right, so in case you don't know out there, here's what can happen. What does happen? You got something called a capture card, and what that will do is that captures the images, the moving pictures, if you will, from your Xbox. It feeds it through the computer and goes out to the interwebs. Now, the thing is, when you have a computer, a laptop computer, that doesn't quite do the job right, guess what happens? It's going to look like shit. No matter what you do, it is not going to look good any way whatsoever. Now, what I've done, got myself a new computer. That way I can actually play and not have to worry about certain things happening when I'm playing. And if I die, so be it. It's going to happen, people. I will be doing live streams from the Dark Zone. That makes me a target. What am I going to do? You know what? It's what I do here. So the point is, moving forward, hopefully I'll be doing less of the pre-recorded stuff, but I'll tell you one thing. I can tell you one goddamn thing. I will always, here and there, do pre-recorded stuff because it allows me to talk to you, my YouTube family, which I love so much.
Oh my God. Whew. I think I did that in one breath. I'm exhausted. The Go XLR is a really fun tool. I love this thing. And I know nothing about it yet. Like, I'm still trying to learn. I feel like I'm the person who has this insane, great example, right? 2 examples I'll use. First off, you buy a very expensive computer and you always set it to autofocus. Not expensive. I can't even say the right word. Expensive camera. And you set it to autofocus, right? Well, what are you buying this camera for if you're going to do autofocus? You want to know how to manually tweak the things. Well, with this new soundboard, it's something where, and again, this is not like, 1,000 knobs and buttons and different things to learn. There are like 12. But at the same time, what I'm learning is you tweak one small thing in one direction, it changes everything. So again, it's going to be a process, but I think this sounds pretty good. So anyway, moving on. Let's see. Let's get back to AG, what's going on, my friend? Okay, so let's try to play catch up. This is Lone Star, yeah. Lone Star's the bomb. As Brent was saying, okay, we already talked about this pre-recorded. Do I think they will add survival to Division 2? No, I do not. However, we know that was Season 12. They are bringing us a new game mode. It is called Descent. It's rogue light. That's all I know. No idea what to expect. I just hope it's good. If it's anything like survival, I'm stoked. And some people don't like survival. Some people like other game modes that were in the first division. I'd love to see more things introduced. I'd love to see incursions. I'd love to see other things happening. But again, we'll have to see what happens. Where are we getting? Division flexibility in a build. Yeah, that was one of the best things. Bucky's. What's going on, Buck? One of the best things about the first division is the flexibility in builds, without a doubt. And again, if you're just tuning in, some pre-recorded footage over the last few days. We're just talking about the game, having fun, hanging out, all that good stuff. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Miss the 3-weapon talons, Ghosty. I do as well from the other game. Oh my gosh, could you imagine? Run around, Centurion is saying, if you could run 2 Lady Deaths, just swap Lady Deaths, no reloads, and constantly stacking its talent. But that's what I'm saying. Like, that's nothing else would be run. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's no, when you have certain, and again, I shouldn't say nothing else would be run, because there are people who think, why would you run anything else but Glass Cannon, right? I don't run Glass Cannon. I hate that talent. It just pisses me off. I don't have the timing down with it, and I can do damage without it. I can do more damage with it. I also can do more damage with Vigilance, but I wind up getting hit by NPCs too much, and the talent's always lost, so I don't run with that often. So again, it all depends on gameplay and stuff like that. But I think there are certain things, certain builds that if we were able to put together in the game, it'd be insane. It'd just be out of control. Yes. Who are you and what did you do to Graybeard? That's me. It was my whole time. It was me the whole time. Oh, good stuff. Enemy UAV above. Oh, yeah, right?
Yeah, we got an enemy UAV above. Let's see if I can get through chat using this one more time. Yes, that is me, Graybeard. This is something I used to do. In fact, let me tell you a little known story about Graybeard. I used to do voiceovers back in the day. TV show called Life with Louie. Not sure if you're aware of that, but I did a few voices on that. Other things as well. Not really known things, but here and there. But anyway, this doesn't really count as a voiceover because clearly my voice is being manipulated through this technology device in front of me. So there's that.
Okay. What is the chess piece would be good? Okay, we're getting those are some older builds. I'm still trying to play catch up really quick. The painter from the PBS. Oh, what's his name? Happy Little Trees. What's that guy's name? Simba. Help me out here. Who's the Happy Little Trees guy? Why can't I think of his name? I'm so pissed at myself. Damn it. Iron Bear. I see you, my friend. In all caps. Iron Bear. Oddly enough, I've been waiting an entire year to catch you catching me live. So welcome to the stream, my friends. Good stuff. Yeah, I try to do these as often as I can. It's just really tough with real life, with work and with kids and just a bunch of stuff. Mostly work and kids. That's kind of it. That's kind of where I tap out. I'm like, oh, why aren't you older and more responsible? But whatever, parenting. What are you going to do? All right, Bob Ross. Thank you, Lord. Thank you. It was driving me crazy. Vid Girl. Remember Life with Louie? Yeah. That takes us back. All right, here we go. What do we got here? Brent is asking, thoughts on which enemies are tougher, Division 1 or Division 2? I don't know. Are we talking red bars? Because red bars in Division 2 can get pretty gnarly pretty fast. It's, what the thing is that I enjoy the setting and the game modes of the Division 1 more than the Division 2. However, I think the Division 2 is a better game overall, quality of game. Like, I mean, as far as the gameplay, the movement, all of that stuff, right? So it's like having, I just wish, the Division 1, the Division 2, excuse me, I wish they brought a lot of stuff from the first game that was popular into the second. Now, my hope is that if there is a third game, and who knows if there's going to be, let's hope there is. I hope it's the Division 1 and the Division 2 having a super baby, and that's going to be the Division 3. You know what I mean? Take us overseas. Let's do something crazy, But anyway, I wanted to get in talking about Heartland. Oh, no, actually, you know what? I take it back because someone was asking. I have to find it. We were talking about the whole General Anderson farm. Someone was asking if I felt that was a nerf. And we'll get into that in a second. I want to make sure I play. I see Bob Ross, all that stuff. Okay, cool. All right, so at this point, we're going to switch gears a little bit, and I'll always get back to your questions, obviously. But a lot of people were asking my thoughts on the General Anderson mission and the fact that now we're not getting a guaranteed exotic after every run. Now, my fear, and I talked about this towards the last few weeks of the of Season 10, was the importance of if you were trying to get previous seasonal exotics, running Anderson and getting a guaranteed exotic after every single attempt, regardless of difficulty, was the best way to go. I'm not talking about exotic components. I'm talking about actual exotics that you may have missed in previous seasons. My worry was that when Season 11 came out, I knew we could replay that mission because you can always replay the previous seasonal mission when you get to a certain point in the reward track. But I was worried that they weren't going to keep that guaranteed exotic drop. Now, the drop rate is still pretty damn good. I put out a video a few days back, I think at the beginning of the week, talking about it. So it's still pretty damn good. But it's not a guarantee, and I think that's what's frustrating for some people. And people called it a nerf. I don't know what to call it. I don't think it's a nerf. I don't even know what the real intent was initially when it was in the game for Season 10. Because remember, the only reason it took place was because people weren't getting the, what was the exotic? Why can't I think of the new, it's not the O'Carroll, which isn't breaking down. I can't think of the Dr. Home. People weren't getting the Dr. Home because their inventories were full, so instead of replacing just the Dr. Home as the exotic that was dropping in the end, they switched it. And then it was just a random exotic, which was great, by the way. That was awesome because I talked to a lot of people who were able to get things that they couldn't get before. And now with Season 11, it's a little bit different. But the drop rate is still really good. And I mean, that's just kind of where we're at right now with it. But I don't think we can really call it a nerf because I don't think any of those steps were actually intentional. I don't think it was intentional to give us guaranteed exotics at the end, and I don't think it was intentional to change that. I don't know how it happened. I just know it happened. Does that make sense? I think so. Again, if you're just tuning in, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that sub button. You can hit that join button as well. Let's do another giveaway. This is, again, for another gift card, $50 gift card. And just so you know, what I'm going to do is tomorrow, after this is up for like a day or so, I'm just going to put all the people who put in these keywords into a number generator thing, and I'll pick some winners. So we already did one. And if you want, you can go back and chat and add that code word again or keyword. But we're going to do another one right now. We're going to have a total of 4 giveaways in this. Each one is going to be a $50 gift card to either Xbox, PlayStation, or Steam, the platform of your choice. What is this key phrase going to be? It's got to be from the first division. What am I going to do? You know what the keyword's going to be on this giveaway? Survival. That's it. Boom. Type in survival into chat. I'm going to mute this thing for a second. I'll be right back, agents, and then we'll get back to your questions. Okay, we are back. Oh, look at all those survival. Awesome. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. You are awesome. So much fun. Oh, yeah, remember, thank you. Simba, you only have to say it once. If you type it in like 8 times, I will just not have you win. Oh, no. My bit rate is too low because I'm using my old computer. What does that mean? The audio streams current bit rate. Oh, that's because I wasn't talking. So hopefully everything is okay now, I guess. I don't know. Did we lose any audio on this thing, or are we still good? Stupid technology. Well, hopefully the new computer, once I have it set up, we will be good to go. But anyway, yeah, you just have to type survival once. You're good to go. You do not need to worry about it past that. My wonderful YouTube family. So we're going to shift gears. I know we're playing survival right now. At the end of this, you're going to see some Dark Zone footage from the last few days. And my experience so far in the DZ has been great, but I've yet to find any of the raid exotics whatsoever. I've seen 2 exotics drop in the Dark Zone in countless hours over the last week. That's it. It's been a Mantis and it's been a Pestilence, and those are the only ones that I've found. If you have found an Eagle Bearer or a Ravenous, and you didn't mention it earlier, in the conversation, let me know in chat. Where'd you pick one up? Were you at a landmark? Was it from a named NPC? Was it from a random red bar just rolling around? Like, let me know what was going on in your gameplay. Okay, we're good. Everyone put in survival. Beautiful. I love it. What is the giveaway for? Oh, so what I'm doing is, was it Fezco? Just a $50 gift card to either Xbox, PlayStation, or Steam. It's your choice. And I'll pick a winner from this list at one point tomorrow and just message you directly. Which brings me to something very important. I will message you directly, okay? If I will never message you in a comment, what I'm going to do for the winners is I'm going to do a post on my channel. Did that FedEx truck just hit my car? Are you kidding me? Did that just happen, people? Hang on. Okay, no, he hit someone else's car, but that's not going well. Anyway, moving on. I will do a community post on my channel announcing the winners. I will never, ever announce a winner in a comment section of a random video or whatever. And I do have giveaways here, but I will always post the giveaway itself. It's not going to be some weird, like, whatever. So again, check my community page tomorrow, and if you've won, you'll see your name. Blah, 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 blah. All that stuff. Okay, so let's see what we got here. I missed Incursions 2 Damaged Goods. That was awesome. That was awesome. I missed those. Those are so much damn fun. The Hogwarts Legacy debacle with Twitter DMs going down. Yeah, it's been weird. It's Twitter's become just the Wild West, even more so than it was before. Oh, so not important is saying you watch a G-Rock stream. Yeah, I know. I actually watched his video as well. Like, finally, after like 1,000 hours, someone got a Ravenous, which is insane. So we were talking about this before. I really think the drop rate right now, and by the way, if you're just tuning in, hit that like button, hit that sub button, hit that join button as well if you want to become a member of the brigade. It really does help the channel out. You can hit super chat, whatever it is. All the support does help. But from what I've witnessed and from what I've seen watching different videos, because I watch all the videos as well, GC has been, first of all, for anyone in here, and I know Simba will put the link to GC Rock's channel, the odds of getting those raid exotics from the raid itself much higher than the Dark Zone. GC does amazing raid carries all the time. So does Simba. He'll leave a link. Go to his channel. Join his Discord. Same with Simba. All that stuff. Amazing community members. Going back to GC's video, it's like, it just seems to me like the drop rate now is even lower for any exotic in the Dark Zone. But maybe not. I don't know. Let me know what you think. So if you are a PvP player in this chat right now, let me know if you've seen a difference in the exotic drop rates since Season 11 began. And I'm not talking about the raid exclusive ones. I'm talking about just exotics in general, if you see a difference. Yeah, Jay, really quick, talking about the fact that on Chunks League, if you switch agents, the progress is back to 0, which is, yeah. So there's a total bug in the game right now where people's leagues are getting reset completely, which totally sucks. I've barely done the league at all, to be honest with you. My focus has been, a few how-to videos, few farming videos, some build videos. But I've mostly been jumping in the dark zone to try to get a Eagle Bear to drop so I can put that video out. Metal Spuddy, they got Alex. You're good. You're good, my friend. Razor saying he's a member on GC Rock and was telling him in a few days ago that you and your squad got 3 Ravenous exotics in 5 hours. That's insane. Is that insane or is that bad? Is that good or bad? Because I'm just realizing you're talking about the Dark Zone, Razor. So you got 3 Ravenous exotics in 5 hours. Were there any other exotics as well? And that's a full squad? Damn. That's insane. Yeah. I don't know. It did. Thank you, Fezco. So it does seem off. I think the drop rates do seem a little bit off. But again, for me, and I know for a lot of PvE players, we're just jumping into the Dark Zone for the first time. Like, I happen to love the Dark Zone. Like, it's a lot of fun to play. And what I do is this. A lot of people ask, what do you do if you're running into rogue agents? I leave. When the video I'm putting together, it's kind of like a beginner's guide. I've already have some footage, whatever. And you'll see some at the end of this. But there are some times I'll jump into a DZ and I will not see a person for like an hour. And it's awesome. I'm getting like hundreds of DZ resources. It's just beautiful. And then all of a sudden everyone shows up and they're going rogue. And then I just bail and go to a different dark zone. But one of the beginning clip of the video I'm putting together is when to not walk into dark zone. And if you get into a, what's it called? One of the safe rooms, and you notice there are like 8 agents that are, on a manhunt right out front the door. Don't go out the door. Just stay inside. Go to a different dark zone, without a doubt. I do not think, someone was asking, and Simba, correct me if I'm wrong, but from my understanding, the drop chance of these exotics are no greater in Occupied Dark Zone than regular ones. I think it's the same. I think no matter what, if you go to Occupied, your chance is just as good as if you're at a regular DZ. I think that's the case. I'm pretty sure. Not Important is saying, yeah, not dropped a single exotic in DZ since 11. I've been farming for well over 10 hours. So honestly, I think I'm probably close to the 10-hour mark, and I've had 2 drop. But again, this is the first week I've really been farming in the Dark Zone, so I don't know what the drop rate is like. But I know, for instance, if I farm floor 10 of the summit for 10 hours, I'm getting at least 10 exotics. Okay, maybe not. Maybe let's say 7-ish. But they're dropping much more frequently there. But again, the ones you want, sometimes you can't get there. So 3 Ravs and a DZ, pretty good. That's awesome. Okay, that's awesome. Thank you, Razor. Thank you, Simba. Eagle Star, you've been doing the league video coverage? Right on. So Rusty is saying 5% drop rate, 15% drop rate in the raid. Yeah. So yeah, when you're talking, but even like, and again, here's the thing. I don't know what you would think when you see a 5% drop rate, right? What that means is, let's say if you face 100 bosses, mathematically, 5% of the time you're going to get the exotic to drop. It's not how it works in this game. Each NPC is its own, each NPC has its own RNG. So you could hit 1,000 enemies and not see something drop. So that's the part that gets tricky, where it's like you think, okay, if a raid has a 15% drop rate, if I do 100 raids, I should get 15 exotics. Well, you'd hope that, but again, it's so random sometimes. And I know people who jump in this game and they are getting exotics left and right. Like, it's absolutely insane, my friends. Like, they will get an exotic to drop. They sneeze, and it's like, oh, look, a bighorn. Once again, oh, look, the Lady Death. Oh, the Memento. Oh, the Scorpio, too. It's crazy. And they'll be doing it on normal difficulty. I know other people. Same thing with that. We were talking about the 13% protection from elites. I know people that get them all the time. And they just randomly are farming, and it just, boop, there we go. And I know other people who have been target farming that item for years, and it's still not dropped. So it's just, you're going to have good sessions and bad for me when it comes to like the Dark Zone and farming. If I'm in a good DZ, I'm running into agents, everyone's doing their own thing, I just play as long as I possibly can. That's kind of my goal. You know what I mean? Where it's one of those things, if I can keep playing in that environment, I want to do so. And then when things get sideways, I bail. But so far, it hasn't been toxic at all, which I really do like. And there, I forgot, someone was asking, do I think people choose not to target me if they recognize, oh, hey, it's Sergeant Greybeard? Honestly, it's the total opposite. And in fact, I'm telling you this right now, I don't want that. Like, I'm expecting people to completely flag up and be like, oh, it's Greybeard, you suck, boom. And talk shit, have fun. That's what it's about. That's what the Dark Zone is. There's a difference between talking shit and being toxic. You know what I mean? But there should always be a fun smack talk, I think, element to it. You know what I mean? So anyway, just me putting my thoughts out there. 127 likes. You are all amazing. I think we're going to go for another half hour, 45 minutes. Again, if you're just tuning in, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that sub button. You could hit that join button as well. That really does help the channel out. Trying to get those member numbers up. But again, anything, just your being here, honestly, is the most important thing. Ed is saying, 4 of us farm Dark Zone for 3 hours, 1 exotic, the BTSU gloves. Oh, that'd make me crazy. That's like me when I was trying to farm. I think Simba, it was a live stream we were doing. We were helping people, or you were helping me. We were trying to get people like the Memento and Scorpio and whatever it was. And all I kept getting was a tardigrade. And Simba's the hero, handing out Scorpios and Mementos left and right. I'm like, who wants a tardigrade? Hey, who wants a tardigrade? Like, it's just those days. You know what I mean? There are certain days where just nothing drops, which is like, well, that sucks. Let's see what we got here. I wonder if there's a way to mimic, Brent, is asking. I wonder if there's a way to mimic Division 1 builds now that we have the Ninja Bike backpack, like the old Firecrest build. So here's what I like about the Ninja Bike, okay? And we talked about this earlier, and if you're just tuning in, we're going to kind of get into it a little bit. Every build I put together now with a Ninja Bike, I will have a PSA, if you will, saying that this bag does not necessarily mean, equipping this bag does not necessarily mean that you're going to get the most out of this build. Because some of the talents on the back, on the backpacks, whether it's a gear set, it's more so a gear set than anything else, or if it's a brand set, are much stronger than the Ninja Bike. You know, because the Ninja Bike, again, allows you to have a 4-piece Hunter's Fury with 3-piece, which is cool, which is fun, which is enjoyable. But again, you are missing out on a lot when you are using that. But it does give you more build diversity if you want to try stuff out. So, for instance, one build I've been running with is a Striker's Fury Hunter build. And, you know, I'm using the Hunter chest piece because out of all the... I think that's a better version than the Striker one because I want more of the weapon damage. I don't really need the stacks. And on Hunter's Fury, that helps you with the radius of, you know, Apex Predator. So for me, that's like a better one to use, whatever. But the point is, the Ninja Bike does allow you to put more builds like that together, but you want to be creative with it. And the one thing you're going to hear people say, oh, it's not the best one. Who cares? Like, seriously, does it work? Can you take out NPCs? That's all that matters. Are you enjoying yourself? Sweet. Then it's the best build for you. You know what I'm saying? So, again, those are my thoughts on the whole Ninja Bike thing. Sorry for the noob question. No, James, never apologize for stuff. Sorry if this is a noob question, but what or where in the DZ could the exotics drop from? Okay, so the exotic, James, can drop, the exotic weapons or items can drop from any NPC at any time whatsoever. Okay? You could be at a landmark and you could take out a named NPC and they could drop an exotic. You could be just cruising going from one landmark to another and take out a random NPC who's just chilling on his own or on her own, and one's going to drop. You know what I'm saying? So it can be completely random. Named enemies, I believe, do have a higher chance, but again, it's totally random. So that's the thing. There is no rhyme or reason. There is no real pattern to it. You know, you try to figure stuff out, and sometimes it can just be a random drop, which is usually the case. So there's no one specific place you can go to. It's not like, oh, go to this spot and your chances are higher. It's just random. It's totally random. Bucky's, welcome to, got a new member. Welcome to the Gaming Brigade. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate that. That was awesome. Happy to have you aboard. VidGirl is saying, yeah, and there are no, like Simba saying, we're a family here. There are no noob questions. Everyone's a noob. I'm a noob. Like, how long have I been trying to just play the game and talk at the same time? I can't even do that. Everyone's a noob. I don't care what anyone says. Anyway, whatever. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. But again, always ask questions here. That's what the channel is for, my friend. VidGirl is saying, I think it's the devs' way of increasing traffic in the DZ. VidGirl, 1,000%. 1,000%. There are lots of players that have never gone in there before, and they were reluctant because there are players that do nothing but go around killing everybody, which is true. Okay, now I'm sitting up in my chair, all right? Here's my thought on the whole Dark Zone thing. This is all a segue to bigger and better stuff that we can look forward to seeing. The fact that they made this introduction of the raid exclusives into the Dark Zone is a great thing, because here's the bottom line. When it comes to this game, all right, the popularity of the game does hinder a lot on player versus player. And what's unfortunate, and please keep in mind as I'm saying all this stuff to you, I'm not a PvP player. I'm someone who primarily plays PvE, but even as someone who doesn't even step into the Dark Zone that often until recently, this aspect of the community has been neglected majorly for a long time, and that's just jacked up. I'm not talking, look, people enjoy just going rogue, taking your stuff. That's what the Dark Zone is for. That doesn't mean you're always going to run into that, you know what I mean? So you want to always keep that in mind as well when we're talking about the Dark Zone and whatnot. But to see the game start to take the right steps in certain directions for player versus player, in my opinion, is the best thing for just the lifespan of this game. The more people that play PvP, the better the game does. You have to PvE to play PvP. People are farming in the light zone to put together builds for the Dark Zone, and then they're going ham in the Dark Zone. That's how it works. You know, and you can get some great stuff. Obviously, that's a DZ exclusive. We're talking, you know, the Dark Winter, stuff like that. Yes, you can get that from named caches and legacy caches as well. But the point is, when they focus on this aspect of the community, things will continue to improve. So let's hope they just keep that balance going. And that is my PSA on the Dark Zone. No, see, Justin, right there. So we're going back to the Ninja Bike really quick. He says, may seem strange. Just started running Ninja Strikers Heartbreaker build and loving it. Tonight's build or tomorrow's build? I think it's going to be this evening's build. It's going to be a Heartbreaker Striker Ninja Bike build because it's badass. You get those stacks so fast with that rate of fire. Oh, dear Lord. It's just fun. You know what I'm saying? And that to me, and this is the majority of the community. In my mind, this is just how and look, I'm an amateur when it comes to this game. I don't pretend I'm not. And I would say amateur, meaning I'm a casual player. I get to play often, but, you know, I'm still a casual player. The most important thing is having fun with this thing. So that build is sick. I run with that build. Absolutely love that build. And of course, I'll always get a random comment here or there. Well, this is better. Well, I know that's better. And I even said in the video, this is better. But I'm having fun with this. So always remember the builds you like using, those are the best builds, no matter what. Again, just one person's thought. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? All right, let's get back to chat really quick. Starchild Demon, what is going on, my buddy? Thank you so much for the support. Appreciate it. Yeah, and that's one thing too is, someone was asking why did I bother getting the new microphone and stuff like that. Honestly, I always want to improve the channel. Like, I hate how my audio sounds. I want to be better. I just always want to improve. But again, because this is a hobby, I'm just taking my time in the improvements. But hopefully you're noticing this stuff. But one thing I can always promise here is I will always bring you no BS, toxic-free gaming environment, all that good stuff. And I think after this cut, we're going into the DZ for like a half hour, maybe a little more than that. I don't know. I'm going to show me a raise of hands Show me a thumbs up if you can stick around for a little while longer. I'll keep going. I mean, why not? I've got nothing. I'm waiting for a couch to be delivered. That's my day. So, yeah, an outdoor couch. There's that. So anyway, moving on. All right, Stretcher Guy. What's going on, my friend? I've been trying to get the EB and the DZ, but I keep getting erased by rogues before I can extract. So you've been able to get one to drop, but you haven't been able to get out with it. Can I ask you a question, Stretcher? Is where, and again, you don't need to go into specifics, obviously. Where do you live in the world? What time of day do you play? Because I'm thinking for me, as I live on the Pacific Coast, so I'm on, Pacific time. If I'm in the DZ in the mornings, my time, it's empty as shit. Like, I never run into anyone at all. And I'm curious and I assume during prime hours, 5 p.m. Pacific, later in the day, it's going to get busier. I don't know if it's just because I'm on Xbox and I'm not running into people, because it's obviously not cross-play or anything like that. Thank God. That would suck. But, yeah, let me know. I'm curious about that. So you've had them drop and people keep taking them. Yeah, I don't know. I've run into some rogue agents, not when I've had stuff. But like, for instance, in all this footage, and I don't think, there's like an hour of footage here. I don't think we're going to make, well, maybe we'll make it through a whole hour. I mean, seeing all these thumbs up, maybe stick around for a bit. Yeah, we're an hour and 48 in. I could probably talk for another hour or so. I've got my tea, so I'm good to go. You're going to see in this footage, I die a bunch. You know what I die from? Not rogue agents. I die from those random mad bombers who just come up to give me a hug, then I'm on fire, then my character dies, and that pisses me off. But that's how I kept dying in this game. At the very end, which we may not get to, maybe I'll fast forward and get us there, but I extract with like 200 DZ resources because I'm just picking up loot for like an hour and a half. Because the Dark Zone, I think you will see a few other agents in this clip. But if there are, there's no conflict. So you're able to get into these DZs sometimes that are just cool. And I'm curious if it has to do with the time of day. I mean, it's all random. I mean, other times I'll be playing for like an hour, then no matter what, there are rogues everywhere, so I just bail. But I'm curious to, I wonder if it's a time of day thing. It's going to be more popular at a certain time, things like that. Razor was saying, let me get back up here to a second. Let's see what we got here. Razor was saying, you, Kami, G's, Toxin, Rogue have the most friendly bonded communities. Oh, thank you so much. And that's very, that's high praise to be even put in their sentence with them. So thank you so much. Yeah, but I got to tell you, it's one of those things where, most people in this community are about their communities, about their channels. It's not a competition. I mean, there's no competing. There's no, I can say as someone who makes videos, is I started a year after this game came out. And I got the best reception, and it was great. And I just wanted to create something that I felt like creating. And it's turned into something much bigger than I ever expected. And things are going to continue to grow at the channel, but one thing you'll always know and one thing you'll always find here is this is what's going on. You know what I mean? And I will try to get my audio perfect. My OCD will not let me stop. All right, so where are we? Got all those thumbs up. You are all amazing. Thank you so much. Centurion, I'm sticking around, bro. We did a second giveaway, so I'm going to put a timer up for one in a little bit. Okay, let's do that really quick. I got to press mute for a second. I love having a cough button now. It's just so cool. What other features do we have? Okay, we're gonna actually let me play catch up on chat, and then what other? I haven't even gotten to this Go XLR thing really, which I'm looking forward to. Yeah, Eagle Star, you think more people are on a PlayStation than Xbox? I think so too. And is PC just the one? I mean, it's so weird to me. Like, I wish I knew the actual numbers. Because I know on Steam, this just came out on Steam Deck, right? Didn't it? Wasn't it like, what, a month ago, 2 months ago, whatever it is? Month 1. And I'm making up a number here, but I could be close or maybe not. I don't know, whatever. Like 10,000 players. But unfortunately, those 10,000 players encountered a lot of bugs that people deal with on that platform. And it went from like 10,000 players to like 2,000 players. And that's what sucks. So when people can't play because of stuff crashing. And that, again, I do not deal with that. I'm on Xbox, but that's something I really hope is fixed very, very soon. Because, you know, I'll give you an example. Like one of the games I talked about covering other games at the channel, which I do and continue to do. I was covering Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and I love the game. Again, it was a departure from the regular Assassin's Creed, but the reason I'm bringing it up is I stopped covering it because it would crash for me nonstop on Xbox. I couldn't play it. How can I cover a game that I can't play? So again, people who are running into this PC issue, that's what kind of makes me crazy. I always feel bad because of that, you know, where it's like, come on, like, you don't play a game because you don't enjoy it. That's one thing. You don't play a game because you want to and you can't. That's something else. So it's something I hope they continue to work on. And by the way, the great thing about their last special report that the Division 2 put out, they're adding an entire new team who are dedicated to just dealing with those issues. And that's a really, really big deal. Doesn't mean it's going to be fixed overnight, but that's definitely a step in the right direction, which again shows that promise of, you know, a bright future for the game, which I hope, you know, and again, I play this game because I enjoy it. You know what I mean? Oh, Simba puts a thumbs down just to be different. Thank you, my friend. Oh, by the way, okay, we've got 100 people in chat right now. This is the perfect time. Most of you know in every stream that I do, and Simba's here. And as I'm saying this, I cannot see the bottom of chat right now, but I already know he's typing, don't say it, don't do it. Lion King 121, Simba. People don't know this, but he lives for the applause. It's the praise. It's the you know, he wants to be heard and seen. It just gives him so much joy. So if everyone could give this wonderful human being a round of applause, I would greatly appreciate it. Now here's the best part about Simba. He does everything on this channel, GC Rocks, in his own, because he loves the community and he loves the people. So all the other stuff I just said was total bullshit. He's just a great human being who likes helping out. So again, his favorite part of every live stream I put together, I ask everyone to please give him a round of applause. If we have 94 viewers right now, I want to see at least 80 clapping emojis, because I sincerely appreciate you, my friend. Even though you did give me a thumbs down and my heart is broken, we can get through it, you know? We will we'll work this out. Yeah, we'll like do some like Zoom therapy or something. We'll figure it out, my friend. All right, so let's let's get to chat really quick, because I have a feeling there's going to be a bunch of clapping emojis in like 2 seconds. So this page is going to shoot up. Walter Ortiz 34. We need a police crew in the DZ to help non-raiders get their EB and RAV. So here's what gets tricky sometimes. And I talked about this in one of my videos. I think it was my Monday news video, where you can, you know, join a random group for the DZ. You can do random matchmaking. But there will be times you will get totally and completely catfished. I know people who are like, yeah, I joined a group and we farmed. We were on headset together and we farmed for like an hour and a half and we got all this stuff. Then we went to extract and they kicked me out of the group and they stole my stuff. It's going to happen, right? So, you know, just be ready for that just in case. But again, at least my experience, it's going to be really hit or miss in the dark zone. It's going to be a great time or a horrible time. You know what I mean? And if it's, again, time of day, I don't know what zone you're in, what, you know, part of the world. I don't think it has to do with the toxicity of the people. I think it's just luck of the draw sometimes. Like I said, this footage you're looking at, it's like an hour, hour and a half. The only reason I die is because sometimes I just suck at this game. That's why I die. I'm on fire and I die. What am I going to do? Was never from a rogue agent, I don't think. I mean, there could be, whatever, but who cares? Point is, there are other times when I'm in the DZ and I'm just getting lit up left and right, so I leave that dark zone. So anyway, let's go back to chat really quick. Oh my gosh, look at all those clappings. We got to go back here. Okay. It's who we got. I want to make sure I don't miss any questions. If I had, I do apologize. I'm doing my best to try to, get to them. Razor saying it's definitely the time you play on a European time zone, and unfortunately the servers are always full and hard to deal with. The only good thing is that I have a decent PvP build. Right. Let's talk about the footage you're seeing right here. And I think someone asked, what build am I running? I'm running my normal farming build. And anyone who knows PvP this is not a PvP build. I'm running Memento Backpack, 4-piece Hunter's Fury, and Badger Tough chest with Intimidate on it. This is my farming build in the Dark Zone. I'm not here to PvP, I'm here to farm. Now, of course, you want a build that does both, but if you get in the Dark Zone at the right time, or it's just whatever it is, you can still get the, have a pretty decent time, ideally. That's the goal. So yeah, thank you for answering that, Razor. I appreciate that. Okay. Tyrant type. Hey, what's going on, my friend? Good to see you. When do you think the descent mode will launch? So as of right now, as of my recording this video, March 9th, what is it, 2023? How's it already March 9th? Jesus. Season 12. When is season 12? 3 months from now? 4 months from now? So that's the goal. I think that's what they've said. Whenever we get, the PTS for season 12, that's when we're going to see the game mode, be able to try it out, all that stuff. Now, that's not usually until a week or two before the season actually launches. So I don't know, but it should be as of right now. And remember, it was supposed to be at the end of last year. Then it was supposed to be in season 11. Now it's slated to be in season 12. I do believe it's going to be in season 12, to be honest with you. But again, with timelines in this game, things change. But as of right now, that's kind of what we're looking at. That should be, I think, 4 months away, something like that, I think. And again, I'm guessing on the actual time frame, but it should be about that. Stretcher guy saying I'm on the East Coast. Seem like lobbies are always packed. Never get an empty zone. I've gotten it to drop 4 times out of 30 or 40 runs. That's amazing. Stretcher, that's sick. That's some really, 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 really good luck right there. I like that. Ramon's in Jamaica. Yeah, we've talked about that. Lucky. You get home 6 p.m. Eastern, and the DZ is always buzzing. Yeah, that's the thing. So for me, if I play in the morning, it's usually empty. When I do, like if I jump in the Dark Zone at 5 p.m. Pacific or later, it's lights out. Doesn't necessarily mean I'm running into rogues nonstop, but it also means that I'm always running into agents. Yes, Starchild, we do have the best community. I love it. And that's the one thing. That's what keeps this game going, this community. That's why we have devs, and I talked about this before. And we have developers, artists, game designers, whomever, who were offered, jobs to work on Avatar and Star Wars and all of this stuff. And they're like, no, we want to stick here. And that means something. That's a really good thing. So anyway, here we go. Any news on diplomats? Oh, do you mean diplomats of the division? Jay, is that what you're talking about? Oh man, it's been a long time since I've done one of those. It's just time. That's all it is. I'll get there. It's something I love doing. And for those of you that may not know, I did a series at the channel a while back called Diplomats of the Division, where I just interviewed people from the community, different content creators, different people who work on the game. I interviewed, people who are in cosplay and virtual photography and all that stuff. And it's something that we'll get back into later, hopefully sooner than later, but I do not know when. Oh, there's the Lion King. Don't you do it. What did I tell you? What did I tell you? I said he would say that. The Dude Abides says, just a thought for those who want to get to the DZ to be that bit easier. Consider switching service to US, Asian, EU when those people are asleep. Love it. You can do that. I don't know how to do that actually, but I know you can. I'm sure you can look that stuff up. Of course I did it. Person face palming. Is that actually, did you mean to type person face palming? Did you actually go to that extreme? I know I'm late to the game in chat, but look at all this, look at all that clapping. Everyone loves you. You're so wonderful. Love it, love it, love it. All right, hang on one sec. Okay, here we go. Now we've gotten all the thumbs up and that's applause and the wonderful praise. Question is, have you ever needed support from Ubisoft? 1 billion times. And not just in regard to the game. My wife ordered me a mug for Christmas, and the interaction she had with them was the typical Ubisoft support interaction. Now, I have to say, honestly, in 2023, I don't know what's going on, but they have been on point. They have just been answering so many people that people have brought to my attention. Where they've been like, yeah, I sent them a message directly on Twitter and they get back to me and then they actually respond. Because one thing about Ubisoft support, and by the way, this has nothing to do with the game. The game is not support. Support is support. What you do is you file a ticket with support, and then support sends it over to the game. And then the support waits to hear back from the game, and it's this whole fine dance of this and that and whatever. But support has been really, really good recently. If you reach out to them directly via Twitter, send them a message. I think that's the best way to go. Feel free to tag me in that tweet as well. Or if you're going to send them a direct message, I mean, you don't have to tag me in it. But again, I want to help out if I can. I have dealt with support. They have been much better recently. Your question is, you're currently having a bug in the Division 2 that is making it impossible for you to access some missions in Dark Zone West. Waiting for support to resolve the issue since 2/1/23. Okay, so to answer your question in regard to that, that's all Division 2 bug related. Now, there are different bugs that affect people differently in this game. You know, there's certain bugs I hear people that deal with them all the time. I've never encountered them once. Other things I've dealt with before, like for instance, a great example is when we have a new apparel event. I always have issues with the keys all the time where I gain 4 shade levels, but I don't get a key. And the only time it'll say I get a key, but I check my inventory and there's no key there. So what I have to do every single time is I need to log out, log back in, and then my key shows up. But I have to do that every single time I have a key. So I have to watch everything at all times to make sure that I don't miss out on anything. Some people deal with that issue. Other people have never experienced that before. So again, you're going to find that, you know, different people deal with different things. The only advice I can give you is just keep hounding them, you know, and hopefully you get that answer soon. But that's a bug related. That's an issue in the game itself. That's a quality of life issue. And again, one thing the Division has talked about, is this my couch? Hang on. No, it's not. Is they're going to continue to do the quality of life stuff, which is good. So I hope that does continue. Yes, the applause is over. With some food, what are we having, Simba? What are we enjoying right now? What are you, what's the food? What's the food? Okay, what do we got? Let's see here. How many clans are there? Most likely with, sorry. Nice. Eagle Star clan. I love it. Hey, there's a clan right there, people. Jump in. Beautiful. I love it. All about people helping people here. Yeah. I think, you know, and we're going back to, I'm just playing a little catch up in chat and reading things, and it's something where I think for the first time in a while, the game does have certain people in a position where they can help out more than we had before, you know? And one thing I like to talk about, and you've heard me say this 1,000 times, and one of the reasons I enjoy keeping this, well, obviously it's a toxic-free environment, Doesn't mean we can't have discussions. But always remember, when it comes to this game and not getting certain answers or very generic answers, it's because those are the only answers we're able to be given, and it's not the person's decision. You know, this is what they're told they can say and what they can't say at this point. And they can choose to say whatever they want, keep in mind, but you're always making a decision whether you're going against an NDA or you're going with it or whatever. And so I think one thing that's tough is that we want specifics, but there are no specifics right now. What caused this bug to happen? We're not sure what it is. But why is it happening? Why did this change? Why did that change? And so I think as communication gets better, and this is something we've talked about for years in the game, and it is moving in the right direction, but as we continue to see, the communication improve with the game and the players, I think that's, when we all just feel in a better place. You know what I mean? There are always going to be people say the game is dead. Okay, I don't know why you're still following a page if you think the game is dead, but okay, cool, right on. People just, hey, as I'm on fire right now, they're just some people who want to see the world burn. You know what I mean? Like, it's just one of those things where some people will always have an issue no matter what, and that's fine, who cares? But here, we try to, be a part of the solution, not the problem, or just enjoy the game, and when things do happen, it's stuff we do discuss. But again, having a discussion. And look, it would piss me off like nothing if I kept crashing and dealing with issues like that. I'd be so pissed. Great example. There's this new game on Xbox called Wulong Dynasty. I'm dying to play it. I'm dying to make videos on it. I have Xbox Game Pass, so I have a free copy of it because it's included in Game Pass. And not that I have a free copy, but anyone who has Xbox Game Pass has that game in their library. I cannot get past the initial screen that says this game has an autosave feature. When it gets to that screen, it doesn't move. I've let it sit there for like an hour and nothing happens. I've sent so many messages out. I've gotten one response directly from the game via Twitter, which is great. That was 2 days ago. I've been trying to get this resolved since the game came out. Why does it take that long? That sucks. So we're always remember, it's not just the Division. It could be 1,000 different games, and different games affect different players differently. I mean, I talked about Assassin's Creed and how I was having nothing but issues, but then I talked to other people who have never had one problem with it. So again, keep checking in with support. You can hit me up via direct message on Twitter. Let me know what's going on. And if I find it, if I hear any workarounds, I'll let you know what's going on. You know what I mean? So yeah. Anything I can do to help, agents. Okay, here we go. Where do we got that? Where are we? I think we're caught up with chat now. I think we're good. Am I starting to lose my voice? It's feeling a little raspy. A little bit. Oh, the DARPA bug. Okay, so yeah, the DARPA bug is a real thing right now. And not that the other stuff isn't a real thing, but the DARPA bug is a real pain in the ass, especially because it is it's in the league. I mean, you got to finish DARPA. I don't know. Hopefully they fix that DARPA bug soon. If you check the known issues board, they are aware of these things. And I think having this known issues board, by the way, is a really, really great thing. It's something I think that was introduced, I'm going to say 6 months ago. I don't know how long it's been, but I'm glad that has actually been implemented by the team over there. I think it's awesome. So for me, at least, I think it's a really, really great thing. And if it's something you do not know about, I'll leave a link to it in this video description when I'm done. It's a known issues board that they have. You can report issues. I definitely recommend taking advantage of that. And it's also where you can see things that are being worked on in progress, things that are ready for a next title update, all of that stuff. So for instance, there's that issue with the Ninja Bike bag right now. That is slated to be fixed in title update 17.2. We just got 17. Who knows when 17.1 is going to be. But they're making it clear, not in the next title update, but the one after that, the Ninja Bike bug should be fixed. And for those of you that don't know, I'll leave a link to a video, but there's a bug in the game right now. Basically, what it boils down to is this. If you're doing any build using the Ninja Bike, equip the Ninja Bike last. I actually did a short video on it, like it's 55 seconds or 50 seconds explaining what to do. What it boils down to is every build you make with a ninja bike, and in my opinion, the easiest way to avoid the bug, start the build from scratch, equip any random backpack, make your build, and then the last thing you do is put the ninja bike on. So just putting that out there, agents. So hopefully they do fix the Pentagon DARPA thing very, very soon. Oh, yeah. So that's awesome. Quantum psychosis. Hello, Quantum. It's good to see you, my friend. Awesome statement right here. It says, don't assume your loot is gone if you get killed in the DZ. There are quite a few folks like myself that just want to fight and leave the loot. And that's the whole thing. Always remember that. Always remember that. It doesn't mean your stuff's going to be stolen. It might be. But some people just want to mess with you because that's what the Dark Zone is for. And I love that. Someone sent me a message once. I wish I still had it. Let me see if it's on my phone. And it wasn't even a message. It was a comment. And they said, oh, wow, I wonder if I can find it right here. That'd be kind of awesome if I could. I don't know how far back it goes, though. Let's keep going back. Is this it right here? No. Wait, is that it? No, that's not it. We're going to try to find it now because now my OCD is kicking in and I want to find that message. I think it's this way. Just tuning in, do me a favor. Blah, blah, blah. Like button, sub button, join button, all that good stuff. Thank you all so much for sticking around as long as you have. You're amazing. I don't think I have the message on here. Oh, this sucks. But basically what it boils down to is someone was saying, there are people who are just waiting to jump in the Dark Zone and take your, like the second they see a flare pop, they're like, bro, and they're just boom, they're hitting that spot. They just want to mess with you. And that's awesome because that's what the Dark Zone is for. There's no toxicity behind that. That's what the DZ is for. The toxicity is the hurtful, hateful stuff like that. Talking smack. Oh, I'm sorry. Were you trying to leave with that? Oh, because I would say something like that. I mean, I don't go rogue, but if I did, it'd be like, oh, no, I'm sorry. Was that yours? Oh, I feel so bad. Then I'd do that shit again. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it's meant for. It's the dark stuff that we don't want to deal with. It's the evil. It's the hateful, hurtful, whatever. I think I die right here. This is one of the times I died. I was so pissed off. But anyway, moving on. Yes, Simba, did you tell us what you had to, what you get to eat? You didn't mention it. I want to know. Don't make me do another round of applause until you tell us what you had to eat. I think I have like a good 15 minutes. I think my voice is slowly starting to fade right now. Yeah, I wonder how many times, you and me both, Centurion, wonder how many times I'll end up doing a gear check with the Ninja Bike after they fix this bug. Yeah, you just want to be sure. You know, I mean, it's one of those things where you just get in a pattern of doing things. And yeah, sometimes, I mean, it just sucks. It's a bummer. And then there's an issue with the Memento right now as well, where it's not stacking properly. I think that's the issue as well. And it's unfortunate, you know, that all these, it's the little things that seem to be like, come on, like really? That's the stuff we're hoping we get past. And I know, look, and the team over there, they don't want this to happen. I think we can all agree. Do me a favor. Show me a thumbs up if you agree with the fact that there's no way that any member of the division who is working on the game, they are happy when things like this take place. If you agree with that statement, shoot me a thumbs up really quick. Because there's no way. They want the success. This is a direct, representation of their work. They want this game to kick ass. So I'm just saying. Okay, here we go. Trying to play catch up right now. Yeah, Eagle Star saying ran the DARPA research lab yesterday with no problem, being tough and challenging. Almost had the final boss and kept dying, so left for another day. Yeah. So the thing that we're talking about is you can't change the difficulty in the DARPA lab right now. And for a lot of people, they can't complete it on challenging, time limit, or whatever it is. So yeah, there's that. Yeah, get on whoever you need to get on. We were talking about the whole customer service thing. Reach out to Ubisoft support directly via Twitter. You know, when you go to their Twitter page, you can send them a message. I mean, you can, I believe, hang on, let me just verify that before I go on, before I keep chatting. Where's Ubisoft support here? Give me a sec. Ubi Support. Yes, you can message them. You can message them directly. So when you go to the top, follow them, and you can hit that little envelope thing and go like, hey, here's what's going on. And look, it may take them a day or two to get back to you, or it's worse sometimes, is they get back to you right away, then they take a day or two to respond to your response. Be ready for that, you know? Yeah, I hear what you're saying, Razor. Razor's saying shouldn't be upset, but as a grinder, it's so annoying when people are just stalking you to mess with you, and from lobby to lobby. And that's something where, look, if I'm getting that vibe, I just bail. You know, I'm just like, nope, I'm not here for that, which is completely the opposite of what the dark zone is for, right? I mean, that's what it's meant for. But anyway, but I hear what you're saying. Just mute chat. That's funny. Yeah, just mute it. Keep playing. That's what I do. Yeah, I hear what you're saying, Vid. You know, she's saying to her that is hurtful behavior because they're not joking when they're messing with stuff. And that's the whole thing. I mean, it's something where if it's just people being assholes, that sucks. That sucks. You know what I mean? But, and again, I don't know. I've had people turn rogue on me. I've had other people go, oh, dude, love your videos. Yeah, go, man. And I'm like, why aren't you trying to kill me? They're like, well, I didn't want you to be upset. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Well, we don't go rogue. Okay, cool. That's fine. It has nothing to do with me. I don't want to be a reason for someone going rogue or not going rogue. You know what I mean? I just want to play the game and let it play out. But again, by the way, this NPC drove me nuts. I don't know how they got in the bus, but they were in the bus and it was pissing me off. Like I refused to leave this area until I took out that NPC. Just total side note. But Vid, yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where, you know, it equates to, in my opinion, the good session, bad session thing. Just like with farming, you're going to have some sessions where everything is God rolled and it's beautiful. Other sessions where it's just going to be garbage. My hope is that you run into DZ sessions that are great and that are just fun and all of those things and whatever. Maybe try random matchmaking. I don't know. Do me a favor in chat really quick. Before I start to slowly wrap this thing up, I'll probably chat for another 30 minutes at least. Let me know what your experience has been, and if you've had one, using random matchmaking in the dark zone. I'd like to hear that, if you've done that. Oh, Simba, you had a club sandwich? That sounds good. That's awesome. Stretcher guy goes, nope, I get flat out mugged in the DZ. That's so funny. What's going on, Justin? Thank you so much for the support. I appreciate it. I hope you're having a good day at work, my friend. Good stuff, good stuff. Yeah, the memento isn't giving you the trophies. It tends to happen. Oh, so the trophies just aren't dropping. That's the problem. Okay. Oh, that's right. You know what? In thinking about it now, I couldn't figure out. It's funny you say that because in Countdown, in one of my rounds, I had in retrospect, thinking back, I'm like, I had 27, 28 kills, whatever it was. But I don't remember seeing any trophies drop, or if they did, they were just few and far between. But in the DZ, and this is from the other day, they're dropping like crazy. Or they're dropping normally. Every NPC is dropping a trophy. So that's good to know. You have to unequip, then equip to get the stacks? I can't even keep up. Yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like, well, I hope they fix it soon. Mm-hmm. All right, had to hydrate a little bit. Having a mute button now. All this fancy pants go XLR stuff. Oh, we have to do another giveaway. That's what we need to do. All right, let's do that right now. Okay, so next giveaway, surprise, is a $50 gift card to either the Xbox, PlayStation, or Steam store. Depending on their platform, you can choose whatever you like, my friends. Now listen, about to give you a keyword to type into chat. Now please, do not type the keyword more than once. There's no point. If you type it like 5 or 6 times, I just won't pick you as a winner. I have the right to do that. I don't care if that upsets you, because guess what? I can do what I want. Am I right or am I right? Come on, people. I'm just joking, but seriously, just type it once or I'll lose my mind. So the next keyword for a $50 gift card to either Xbox, PlayStation, or Steam is going to be Invaded Dark Zone. I think that's good. Invaded Dark Zone. Again, just type it once. Don't need to type more than once. We cool, we cool. All right, I'm going to play catch up on chat before all those things start jumping on in. And if you've just tuned in, do me a favor, like button, sub button, join button, all that good stuff. We have a new member in this stream. That is awesome. Thank you so much. That's so funny. Centurion is saying, you always like, and I do the same thing, always like helping someone in the DZ throughout the entire run. You can almost see the confusion on their character's face when they pop the flare and you continue to help them. That's one of the best things. Because people are like, oh my God, they're going to take my stuff. And you're like, no, I'm here I got your back. Let me help you with NPCs. And they're waiting for you to do something shady. And you're like, no, we're good. We're cool. We cool. That's so funny. Yeah, same thing, Quantum. It seems for me like the only issue I'm having, I was getting the stacks. I don't have an issue with that, but it just seems in Countdown I wasn't getting any of the trophies. Oh, wow, Invaded Dark Zone. I just hit that. Whoa, that's crazy. Sorry, I just caught up to chat, and I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. I was like, what's everyone typing the same thing for? Oh, yeah, because I told you to. Kitch is saying, out of the 2,500 plus hours I've played, only have 1 minute as a rogue, and I've only killed one other rogue, just never in the DZ. On Twitter, and I think this is something where I was in the Dark Zone, and I put up this clip, and I'm like, I'm retiring officially, where I was just running through the Dark Zone, and someone right in front of me, with their back to me, went rogue, and and I want to say it was either a Vector I had equipped or Lady Death, and they go rogue right in front of me. They're back to me. I light them up, take out a rogue agent, and I'm like, I'm done. I'm retiring. That is my that's kind of like the only way I can take out a rogue, I think, which isn't really true. I mean, it's just practice. It's to get better. Like if I actually played PvP, I'm sure I'd improve. But anyway, Ghost Wolf, what's up, my friend? Wait, hang on. I want to make sure. Caleb, what's up, my friend? Here we go. Last session, there was a group that was waiting for people to fully extract with their gear, and then went rogue and killed us. This happened several times. Yeah. So there are people who made it clear when this whole thing announced, like the only thing they want to do is that. That is why they want to get into the Dark Zone. It's just to mess with people and steal your stuff. It's going to happen, but it sucks and it's unfortunate. But first of all, when you finally get that weapon, it's worth it. Secondly, you will not always encounter that. Unfortunately, it may just be luck of the draw. Most of the time you may, other times you don't. But again, hopefully that's not the case, you know. Ghost Wolf, what's going on? New sub and watching a lot of your videos today. Newly returning to the Division 2. Any tips for getting shade level increase? So I put out a video, I want to say last week, farming control points, farming territory controls, things like that. One of my favorite ways to do it. It is a grind. It does take a lot, but you can stack a lot of XP pretty quick. There are certain exploits in the game right now, different missions. If you were to look that up, you can see how to do that as well. But for me, just how I enjoy playing the game, territory controls. I love hitting those up. It's so funny. Where's a Simba? You spend $500 on a new audio mixer because it can mute my mic. Wait, yes, that is what I said. That is right. The other one probably could too. And it was $600. So who's the idiot now? Oh, still me. Damn it. No, it's really because I want to be able to do okay. So going back to the whole mixer thing, I want to be able to do a lot of stuff. I just don't have the time to learn it. You know what I mean? But I am excited to learn it. I want to make sure I'm always improving here at the channel. Boria. All right, let's scroll down. I swear I was reading Invaded Dark Zone and I just saw Avada Kedavra. I'm like, did someone just put the killing curse on me from Harry Potter? But no, it was just a misread on my point. So thank you for not giving me that bad voodoo. Okay. How do you make a Memento BP build work? Can you elaborate on that? I'd like to help someone in the D. Brent's saying, with my luck, I would help someone in the DZ go to extract and they would take my stuff. Big meanies. Yeah, sometimes it happens, you know. Yeah, kill things. Exactly. Thank you, Simba. Very good point. That is how you make the Memento work. I was like, BP build. I'm like, oh, backpack. Haha. Yeah. So you make it work by you kill stuff and you pick up those little orange trophies. And what those will do is give you more weapon damage, more bonus armor, more skill efficiency. It's an amazing. That's why you see me, and this is kind of why I'm using it in the Dark Zone ever. Again, this is why I'm using it in the Dark Zone. It's just my regular farming build, but it also helps you in the DZ. You want to be moving nonstop. You want to, no pun intended, your momentum to always continue. One of the things that the Memento does is helps you with that progression in your gameplay, learning how to constantly be moving. You know, you do not want to be stagnant. You do not want to be stationary in the Dark Zone. You don't want to be behind cover. You want to move nonstop. You may want to change your camera speed, things like that. But again, kind of that kind of stuff can help, I think. I don't know. Again, I'm a Dark Zone rookie, so don't come to me for answers. But, you know, anyway, moving on. They were almost, wait, Caleb, what did you say before? You said they were almost polite about taking your stuff. Yeah, look, everyone I've run into who's gone rogue, I mean, I ran into like 3 agents yesterday, I think it was. I thought they were on the same team. And someone took me out. I'm like, oh man, shoot. I had a bunch of resources. This sucks. And then I realized they're all trying to kill each other. Like no one was squad. I assumed I saw 3 people roll into the landmark I was at. I'm like, well, they're here to kill me. They were just there to murder each other. I mean, it was something where it was like, they're just there to play this way. And I can't argue with that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, farming resource convoys. Whoever's asking about the XP thing, VidGirl said it right there. Farming resource convoys gives crazy XP. They will randomly spawn on your map. Great way to do it. And again, you know, when I play this game, and one thing I recommend, if you're just jumping in, you can lower your difficulty and add a few directives, which will ideally help with your being able to farm and not die or whatever it is. But one thing really quick is when it comes to this game, hang on one sec. Sorry about that. Just making sure that the delivery didn't arrive. There are so many different ways you can do things, and that's what's great, you know. And so when it comes to this game, find something you enjoy doing. And one thing I choose to do is if I'm farming for something, that's what I hyper focus on. So if I'm doing an XP farm, I take an hour for an XP farm. Then if I want to do an exotic farm for something or whatever it is, take an hour and do that. I will not allow myself to get burnt out. Same thing with the Dark Zone. Like this was an hour and a half run, I think, which is normally about 30 minutes longer than but it was just a good DZ. So I'm like, I'm not leaving. It'd be silly to leave at this point. But long story short, in this game, I like to compartmentalize what I'm doing so I do not allow myself to get burnt out. I talk to people who are like, dude, I spent 9 hours straight farming floor 10 of the summit to get the Memento. And I'm like, dude, why are you doing that? Farm for an hour. If it's not working, do something else, come back. And that's just my opinion, because otherwise you're going to get burnt out and then it's going to just make you crazy. But again, that's just what I think. Teenman92, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Got Brent, Ghost Wolf, Tater Salad is here. Good to see you, my friend. As always, appreciate your support. Is it Jaco SL? No, it does not need to be with Hunter's Fury. You can use a Memento with so many things. You could use the Memento. You could have a. It depends what your primary weapon is. But let's say if it's a SMG, submachine gun. You could have the Memento backpack. You could have a Walker and Harris mask, Sokolov chest, Walker and Harris holster. You know, you could be running with the Contractor's gloves and the Fox's pair of knee pads. That's going to do a ton of insane damage. So it does not need to be with Hunter's Fury at all. One thing Hunter's Fury does, and I think this is for players who are getting used to run and gun builds, is when it disorients enemies, it does help you out. Gives you time because it's kind of flopping like a fish. So that's one of the reasons why it's great. It also gives you that, bonus weapon damage when you're close to NPCs. It also disorients enemies, like I said a moment ago. Gives you that extra shotgun and SMG damage. But there are other builds you can run pretty much any build, skill build with what's it called? Memento. So yeah, no, you are not limited to one thing. Again, if you're just joining, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that sub button. You could hit that join button as well if you were so inclined. My voice is starting to fade, but we are going to go for 28 more minutes. We're going to keep chatting away. Let's see what we got. Trying to play catch up really quick. That's so funny, Stretch. Getting mugged in the DZ, there's nothing like it. You've never been truly mugged unless you've been mugged in the dark zone. Truer words were never spoken. It's one of those things. But again, and I keep going back to this, I've found that, and this is how I play. I'm giving you my version of events, how I choose to play the game. Whereas if I'm in the dark zone and it's like the footage you're seeing here, I'm playing for an hour and a half straight, not running into any issues whatsoever, I will stretch this session out as long as I can. As soon as I get into a situation that I don't want to be in, I just bail. I just go. I go to a different DZ, and if I just see rogue agents there, I don't even bother trying to do anything else. I'm like, well, I'm done farming in the dark zone for now. I'll get the Eagle Bear another time. And I do have one from running a raid, but the point is that you want to play this game in doses. You know what I'm saying? Don't allow yourself to get burnt out, because there's nothing that can make you crazier. And not only that, it makes you just not want to play the game anymore. So, yeah, VidGirl, awesome advice as always. Awesome. Brent is just saying, oh my God, I looked at my total hours. I need to get a hobby. Well, look, think of it this way. It's, how many years? We're going into year 5 soon. Is that right? Hang on. Let's do some math here. This launched 2018? Is that right? Wait, 2018 or 2019, Simba? This came out, wait, no, hang on. It's 2018. It has to be 2018. Division 2 launched on March, hang on. Div 2, I just got to make sure of this. And it's something that's embedded in my head, but since we have the 7-year anniversary, Division 2 game launch. Oh man, what did I just hit? It's one of those moments. Hang on. Like, ooh, it's raining like crazy right now. Okay, 2019. I'm sorry, March 19th, 2019. 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023. So 19 to 20, 20 to 21, 21 to 22, 22 to 23. So yeah, we're going into year 5, which is nuts. I mean, think about that. They had the second game come out 3 years after the first. That's out of control. That's a big... It's because of the success of the first. And we all want to see that third game. Hopefully there is one, blah, 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 whatever. But I'll tell you right now, it's a fun hobby. I still enjoy playing this game. I don't enjoy it as much as I did. I'll be honest with you. I want there to be more to do. But whoa, what's that guy doing? That was weird. I will continue to play this game because I have fun and because of the community. And that's it. And there are a lot of great games I'm looking forward to playing and covering soon, but I don't see this changing anytime soon, because if I would have wanted to stop, I would have stopped by now. Does that make sense? And I think it's safe to say that anyone who's here, or if you're watching any Division video or live stream or this or that, you've got the same sentiment. So, okay, here we go. What do we got here? Justin, thank you. I appreciate you. Next vid should be out later today or tomorrow. I don't know if my voice can actually record a video later, but I will do my best. I will try. I might just be talking like this. Or you know what I should do? Simba, why don't I just start doing videos where I do that automated robot thing? Like, you know, the people who don't actually talk, they do the AI voice. I should just start doing that. Then I could do a ton of videos. Can I do an AI voice with this machine? What is this? What does this sound like? This is called... I don't even know what this one's called. Oh, here's a robot voice. This... Oh, whoa. That's kind of crazy. Hey, Simba, remember my first live stream where it's like the entire thing was like this? And I couldn't change anything no matter what I did? That was awful. It was so embarrassing. I still don't know. Oh, sounds terrible. Sorry, I kept like peeking and I can't deal with that. I talked about this earlier and I'm going to start to wrap this up because I am losing my voice here, but I was talking about this earlier where I was saying how it's just amazing to me, and I want to take a moment and thank you all for your incredible support, because when I go back and listen to my first videos, it's like, oh my God, how did one person listen? Like, how did this become what it is? It's because of you, my family here, and just know how much I appreciate you. I sincerely mean that. So thank you all so much. Ed Bronco. What's going on, Ed? There you are. Run the Memento with capacitor. Hell yeah. M1A and in sync. Monster. Fenris group. Oh, see, and that's the thing. I read that. You know, I'm talking about the game. I want something new, but I see that build. I'm like, I want to play the game again. I mean, I always want to play this game. And that's one thing too, is always, you know, one of the reasons why build diversity is so important is because it changes your entire view of the game. I'm loving sniper builds now. That's not been my thing up until now. Like, I love them. I absolutely love them. I've been running support builds recently. Do you know how much fun that is to keep your entire team alive? Like, it's badass. Trying different things. It also makes the game really enjoyable. Yes, I want new content as well. Don't misunderstand me, but I'm just saying. Ghost Wolf, 150-hour playtime here, and about 145 of that was just before, after Warlords. Yeah, I'll tell you right now, a lot of people dipped out of Warlords. They're like, nope, we're done. A lot of people are in your boat. A lot of people haven't played this game. One thing I'm noticing, a trend, a lot of people stepped away since Season 3 or 4. When did the replays start happening? After 4, correct? So from Season 4 on, people were gone until Countdown came back, and then they're like, yeah, and they're like, no, and now people are starting to get back in with Season 10. That was a great one. Season 9 was a good one. Story-wise, Season 11 seems to be on the right track. I'm hoping we get that big kick with Season 12 with that new game mode. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, you know what, Simba? I was using my fingers. There's a reason you could picture my counting my fingers, is because... Was it not apparent? Okay. 19 to 20, 21 to 22, 22 to 20. Wait, start over. 19 to 20, 20 to 21. Of course I was using my fingers. Was that not clear? Come on, Simba. You know me better than that. I've got to use my fingers to count, man. Okay. Robot XD. I know. Yeah, that was weird. That was a weird sound. I did not like the, I did not like the, I almost said XD, and when it was you trying to do an emoji. Work on your emoji game. Got to tell you, buddy. Slapping face emoji. What was your thing? What did it say before? It was good times. All right, let's see what we got here. I think I'm going to start to wrap this thing up. Damaged Goods, I agree. The franchise has so much untapped potential, but again, I'm hoping that we are, on that right trajectory. I think it's been a very, 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 very tough 2 years for video games. In its entirety. We've seen games launch and be completely dumpster fires and not go anywhere. We've seen complete companies just disappear. It's just been insane. It's been absolutely insane. And my hope is that now we are starting to really make stride. I think what happened was the pandemic in 2020 completely screwed up 2020 and 2021. And we all thought that 2022 was going to be the year that the games, okay, now we're making a comeback. But there were so many residual effects going on. And I think what's happening now is 2023 is finally becoming the year that we thought last year was going to be. in my most recent memory, with the exception of Elden Ring, which I tried to get into and I just couldn't. Elden Ring was amazing, and this is coming from someone who didn't play it, but I could tell it was obviously an amazing game. It just wasn't my thing. But as far as this year goes, we had Elden Ring last year. As this year, we've been getting all these amazing games. We've got Hogwarts Legacy. We've got other things coming up soon. So I think we're finally getting back in stride. And my hope is that with this franchise, we get that as well. You know? He had a flashback to South Park. Right on. It does sound like a Star Wars droid. Thank you. That actually is kind of good. I like that. Funny stuff. What else we got? VidGirl, don't use AI. No, I promise you, VidGirl, I will never use AI. Never. There are videos where I will sound different because I'm stuffy in the morning or I'm just tired as shit or whatever it is. I will never, ever use AI. I kind of dig. I mean, this is how my voice normally sounds, and I think it sounds pretty good, you know. But for me, I don't want there to be any hissing or humming in the background. I don't want you to hear, like, you know, stuff moving as I'm recording or whatever it is. So those are, I think, the little details, the pitch, the tone, and whatever. But again, if you missed this before, go to YouTube, type in Ghost of Tsushima, how to farm for flowers, listen to my video, and tell me if you do not hear a difference in the recording gear between now and then. I mean, it's just, again, I don't even know how that video got 1 view, let alone whatever it got. So yeah, I promise I will never use AI. Thank you, Razor. I appreciate you. I really do. I really do. All right, agents. I think oh wait, what happened here? Hang on. Oh, sorry. I see someone was saying their heart was broken. I'm like, I can't leave on that note. Why am I just standing here? Like, look, I'm just able to stand in the dark zone right now, just chilling. Go for accommodations. Yep. I agree. Ghost is saying, what made you leave the game with Warlords was you and your partner got away to the summit. Top floor was impossible. Oh, okay, I got you there. Summit stuff there. That makes sense. Summit is much different now. You can set the difficulty. Yeah, and that's a big thing. I mean, think about that. So we think about things that we've gotten in the game. You know, we've gotten the summit. That was cool for a minute. Not really the replayability that we wanted. By the way, I'm looking at the timer on this thing. I'll go for 3 hours. So we got 17 more minutes. We did not have the replayability that we wanted, without a doubt. And then, but they did make that change where all of a sudden we could use targeted loot. That was a game changer. And remember, with the summit initially, every 20 floors, it would change difficulty, and that was locked in. When I got to 80, I'm like, I can't do legendary. This is BS. They changed it. Absolutely great. And then remember, you couldn't go from one floor, whatever. So there were some great changes. So yeah, you should definitely jump into it now. Thank you, Razor. Appreciate you, my friend. Scout is asking, DZ resources for the vendor, are those resources earned from deconstructing, or is it separate loot resource? Okay, so here's what you do. To get DZ resources, you have one of two options. In the Dark Zone, there are these little itty-bitty crates. They're adorable. You got these small little crates, which will have one DZ resource in them. Now, when you pick those up and you open those up, you do not need to extract with those resources. It goes directly into your inventory, but again, they are located randomly. They're on a timer. You get one at a time. To get them when you're playing in the Dark Zone, what you want to do, you pick up loot. As you said in your comment, you deconstruct it, and then you need to extract with it. Now, you can deconstruct up to one bag or one, it's hard to explain, but if you deconstruct 25 items, you can hold that in one, like, of your, you know how you have a inventory like 10 out of 10? Once you have 25 DZ resources, that will count as one of your 10 items. So you can extract with 250 resources if you can actually, acquire that many before you have to bail. I think at the end of this one, I had like 70 something, 80 something in like an hour, just farming, picking up loot. And you saw I did not pick everything up because there are sometimes in this game I don't want to be a target, so I don't pick up a damn thing. And when I level up and something is put into my bag, I deconstruct it and then deconstruct the resource so I'm not a target. So I'm always running around without the, the yellow bag on the back. But again, that is how you get the resources. Dude abides. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you. Yeah, it's always, it's one of those things where it's like, this is something I enjoy doing. I do enjoy playing live, but at the same time, I want to be able to chat with you. This is my favorite part of the channel. This is my favorite part of the aspect. This is having this place is where we can talk about the game and all that stuff. So yeah. Kitch is saying Division 2 is by far one of my favorite games ever. Got me through some tough times. Oh yes, he lost job down in the dumps. Yeah, while searching, played to pass the time. You met a lot of great folks, and honestly, for me, it was the same thing. I mean, this changed in many ways the trajectory of. I never had plans to make YouTube videos. What the shit? My first video I recorded, which I think I have somewhere. When I get to 50,000 subs, I will post that video. It was a video talking about the channel. I'm going to have to find it because it's not on there because I never actually posted it. It was a 2-minute video, and I recorded it on my iPhone with the iPhone app that, the video maker app, whatever comes on the iPhone. Ow, I just hit my head on the microphone. That's where I'm at, agents. I'm fading. But anyway, the point is this. I plugged in this $20 microphone I got from Amazon, and I tried to do the whole thing in one breath in under 2 minutes, and I think I kind of did it. I will share that with you on my channel once I get to 50,000, which I'm hoping is soon. We're cracking on the door. So again, if you're just tuning in, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that sub button. You could hit that join button as well. We do have one new member from today's stream, which is absolutely awesome. Appreciate you for that. Yes, Simba, I do need a helper to play and chat at the same time. I want to hire an entire squad. No, I do like playing, but again, how am I supposed to play and talk? Like, I can't do this, and how am I supposed to look at the chat? By the way, when you see the new setup I've got going, you're going to lose your mind, because once I am live streaming, I'm going to have, I think I tweeted this out the other day, and I've been waiting to do this for a while. Here's how I work. I have an idea of something I want to do, and then I wait and I save, and I get exactly what I want. Like, there's sometimes I want to just binge and do whatever, but I'm like, you know what? No, let's think logically and whatever. So, got a few monitors to flank my main monitor, which I have. And one is going to be having the analytics on it. One will have the chat on it. The main screen will have, obviously, the game. So then I can, like, talk and play. So that's the goal, buddy. That's why I'm doing this all for you, man. It's all for you, buddy. Trying to, just be a better streamer. Oh, man. Oh, my gosh. What do we got? Wait, who was asking about truly love the Division 2, just have one, no one to ever play it with. Other than that, it's incredible. So Jeannie, here's what you want to do. One of two things. First of all, I think I have a few spots in my clan if you want to join. It's the GB Brigade, BRIGADE. I'm on Xbox. If you're not on Xbox, I've talked about this before. Am I going to die again? I think so. No, I think I go into the shed. I think I'm okay here. Anyway, you're more than welcome to send a request. I'll approve it. All good. I think we have 30 or 40 something people. But anyway, look on GC Rock's channel. Join Discord. There's so many people that are always looking for people to play with and help out. And it is awesome. I mean, take advantage of the community, without a doubt. You will always find something, I can promise. See, look, boom, there we have right there. I mean, who doesn't want to be a part of, dude, Scout, look for Death Management Corporation. That's badass. That's what I'm talking about. Look at that. Death Management Corp. Damn. That's cold-blooded. I like that. That's what I should have named the channel. It's almost Huckleberry Gaming. It's a true story there. Yeah, that was a little... we'll get a little more microphone right now.
One of my favorite movies is Tombstone. Yeah, Kim, this is not a Tombstone voice. This is my what's it called? This is my Ted Lasso voice. So we're gonna turn this off for a second.
favorite movies is Tombstone. So I was like, oh, Huckleberry Gaming, and I can use the Doc Holliday outline and all this stuff. But that didn't happen. So it is the Gaming Brigade, as most of you know. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it, agents. I know I said 3 hours, but I'm spent. I'm done. My voice is finished. I can tell. I can feel it. Anyway, as I start to wrap this up, as always, I want to take a moment and say thank you all for your incredible support of this channel. I will try to do these as often as I can. I will hopefully be posting a video later today. If not, I will post it tomorrow. You are family. I appreciate all of you. Yeah, you know, I end every video. I end the same way as always. Take care of yourselves. Be kind to each other. I appreciate all of you so much, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, my friends.